this month, but about 30 convention delegates are uncommitted.
Largely the result of protest votes against President Biden and his Israel policy. Even though they're a small fraction of the roughly 4,000 delegates, they say they represent hundreds of thousands of voters who can sway this election.
Fox's Rich Edson at the DNC. More pro-Palestinian protests expected outside the convention site after some protesters broke through barricades and got arrested by police in riot gear last night. A Georgia sheriff's deputy fighting for his life after he was shot early today while executing a search warrant at a home with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation.
From what I understand, it was a bullet that struck him in the face. He's been transported to Grady, like I said, in very, very critical condition.
Carroll County Sheriff spokesperson Ashley Holsey asking the community to pray for the deputy and the department. The suspected gunman was killed. America is listening to Fox News.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like climbing a mountain, but that mountain is also covered in banana peels. Then when something new gets added to your list, you're like, nope, I'm already climbing this huge, super slippery banana peel mountain of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to manage your policy on our mobile app. So climbing that banana peel mountain feels more like a leisurely stroll. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
NYPD officer Jonathan Diller's tragic story made national headlines this year. Now, Jonathan was shot and killed by a career criminal during a traffic stop. Jonathan, who is just 31 years old, leaves behind his wife Stephanie and 1-year-old son Ryan. Now, nothing will ever replace the loss of a husband and a father, but the Tunnel to Towers Foundation was able to pay off the mortgage on the Diller family's home. Please commit to $11 a month. Go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation.
Yes, this is how the Democrats feel about America, ladies and gentlemen. The tribute is so oh, dear God.
Twilight's last gleaming, whose broad strides.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Oh, okay. Here, public out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis, sidekick producer and sports raconteur extraordinaire, and the mechanical mangler at the controls, and that's Flounder. And it's Tuesday. Holy smokes! The day I was born. Yeah, we got a lot of politics stuff going on here today again, and some fun stuff. Flounder's funnies and goofing around, a little Babylon Bee, and talk about stuff and what's going on there. And I got a couple of weird, personal fun things possible talk about. Pete's tweets, holy crap at sports, and the Braves are back in town tonight with the Philadelphia Filthies, I believe, and this could be big because we're like 7 games behind them or something. If we can play, we got 3 games today. If we could win all 3, I'd be 3 behind. I mean, it'd be great.
I don't think they're playing 3 today.
No, of course. And I assume they'll be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? I'm assuming. Probably. I don't know. I wonder. Is Thursday a day game? I hate day games.
I don't know yet. I haven't looked that far ahead. 304.
How you doing? 304. Here's our phone number: 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Pete Davis, what's new in the mountains of Macon, sir?
Okay. It's 72 degrees, blue skies,
nice.
A slight cool breeze. It is absolutely perfect.
It's like an Indian summer kind of deal, or fall like Indian summer kind of deal. Cool. Cool.
Perfect.
And it is, actually, it seemed a little bit, although, with the sun coming through here, it's still muggy down here. It's just altitude, I guess, up in the mountains here. Flounder, anything new with you, sir? And I'm not even going to mention him. Anything new about yourself personally with your lone self in the world right now?
All is well on my side of the glass.
Aha! Well, there you are. See? There. Boom, bam, pow. Now, she's got a million things. A couple things. Again, we'll talk about, I did not watch a minute, a moment, a second of anything with the DNC last night. And we'll dwell on this a little bit later, maybe. I'm so offended and so angry. I really, truly get angry when I hear these people screaming about what a danger I am to my country. You know, these people who, like a bartender tramp like Ocasio Bangbangio Stupidio, who my understanding is that several years ago she was indebted to the mob and had to work as a call girl for the mob when their guests came into town to try to ease like a scandal or something, like with their graft. And she had to act as a call girl for the mob because she and her boyfriend got caught stealing some cocaine from the mob reservoir. And so she had to kill her boyfriend and then work as a call girl for the mob for like 3 years to work off the payment. So, and she's telling me I'm a danger to America? Please, you're killing me. Also, I mean, they just scream. I'm just tired of it. So we'll get to that. All right, so we get a lot of politics stuff. And I didn't watch a second of it, and I'm going to dread playing anything from that last night, which we will do because we're a talking, newsing organization, and so we will do that. But first, couple things. It is National Radio Day. And in fact, on our history list is the first radio station, which, they can see you.
Some of them can see me.
Our YouTube mafia. Well, no, I know. I know. I was going to say something, but then in fact, I'm now speaking on the radio, so it's kind of hard to criticize the radio business and industry because I've worked that they hired me. So it's kind of hard to condemn the very things. So, but I promise you, nobody I know. Well, let me say this. Well, it's hard to make a generalization. I was going to say the people that I know who are in this business today are not very happy about it. I mean, let me put it that way. We don't like. We are, yeah, but I don't. The business of radio needs a comeback. It's because of the damn phone. I mean, it's social media and the phone and internet. I mean, it's a whole thing. It's like they don't make wagon wheels anymore either. But so we have comments about what's happened to our beloved business. I mean, hell, I was a teen. I did this 57 years ago or something. So anyway, so I did put a picture of myself back from it was either 1969. I think I just come back and gotten out of the Marines. So it was either 69 or 70 with my porn stash and my pipe. The people say, look like Harry Reams over there. That's true.
Explain who that is to the folks.
Harry Reams would be a porn star, male porn star, who in fact, the movie, what's his name? And oh God, I hate when I do this. The porn guy was a dishwasher, and he was a porn star, and then he was a cocaine dealer, and then he shot some guys.
John C. Holmes?
John Holmes. The story of John Holmes, but the movie was with
Mark Wahlberg, Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights. There you go. Thank you, Flounder. Boogie Nights is based on the story of John Holmes, the porn king.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway,
it's loosely based.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't. It
wasn't a
precisely. No, not by any means. But it was basically the story of a porn king and what happened to him. Anyway, but I got a lot of reaction on that picture, and also I did put down. In fact, I know this is probably not correct because we have so much politics in the Democrats. But frankly, the Democrats taking a back seat, as far as I'm concerned, after all their screaming and lying. And incidentally, have you ever heard a political party from the top down be as hateful and angry and vicious and mean-spirited toward half the nation as these people?
They hate us. They hate us.
Instead of bragging about how well they've done the last 4 years, all they can do is condemn conservatives. They have nothing to base it on. You didn't hear him say, boy, although he said Bidenomics is working, you got to be kidding me. Anyway, so we got all this stuff. But first of all,
we have an explanation of Bidenomics coming up, don't we, Flounder? Do we have an explanation of Bidenomics?
Yes, we do. I just got your text, so give me a minute and I'll have it ready.
Well, we'll have it ready here in just a moment. In the meantime, the reason I'm putting the Democrats second fiddle is because they deserve to be second fiddle. What they've done to America is shameful, disgraceful, and anti-American and unpatriotic and treasonous. Seriously, what they've done to my country. Well, especially blaming me for being a danger to my country that I served. Okay, now, when the word came in this afternoon, Lassie's longtime owner and trainer, Bob Weatherwax, is dead at 83. And when I saw the name Weatherwax, and of course Lassie's longtime owner, I remember as a child, back when the original TV show with Jeff and Porky, Eeyaki, Eeyaki. Anybody of a certain age knows what that is. That was Porky's call sign with Jeff's call sign when they wanted to get together and they were calling each other like through the woods or something. Eeyaki, Eeyaki. And they would answer that way, and that's how they would know where they were. I swear to God. It was a simpler time, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, and so, but the original owner of Lassie was a man named Rudd, R-U-D-D, Rudd Weatherwax. And he has passed away. This was his son, Bob, who passed away at 83. The original owner was Rudd, owner and trainer of Lassie. He spent his whole life in the entertainment dog training business, along with Bob, the son, who started doing it, other Hollywood dogs. In fact, the real Lassie was actually a male dog named Pal.
You know, it's amazing that Lassie outlived both Rudd and Bob. That's amazing.
Yeah, well, there you go. And they made Lassie was in 7 films, the pilot of Lassie TV series, and the dog was born a year before Bob was born, who took over as the owner. He worked with Old Yeller and Toto and a whole bunch of movies thing. Anyway, so he passed away. The second owner, the son of the original owner of Lassie, 83, passed away at the age of 83. And I put a picture. The reason I mentioned this because just when I was when I was like playing Little League, I was always considered husky. I was never fat, but I was always considered husky. I wore husky-sized clothes. I mean, husky jeans, stuff like that. But there was a picture of me that I found from just recently, and I put on my Facebook page and on Facebook and my personal page of me holding my baby brother, and they used to call me Porky because I looked like Porky. The guy with Jeff and Porky were the two guys from Lassie, and I used to look like Porky, and so I put the picture of the two of us together just for, I got a lot of fun, just kind of stuff. Anyway.
How is it? Yeah. Okay, here's a thought.
Yeah.
The word husk means dried up, shriveled, skinny, but husky means full of life and almost chubby.
Yeah.
How weird is that?
Yeah, I don't know where it came from. Husqvarna was maybe it must be like an old English word or something.
Husky.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. 312. Okay. Man, we got so much stuff here. I don't even know where to begin. I tell you what, Flounder, let's do this. President Stupid Face again teared up last night after his daughter, Ashley, the one he molested, the one he showered with and rubbed up on and made her turn into a sex-crazed, mentally unstable young woman, poor girl, with a diary and everything. There must have been those showers with Daddy that made me have sex with everybody I ever saw. God, I hope he wasn't rubbing her back while she's talking. Well, that's why he started crying, I guess. Anyway, let's have a little fun with this, Flounder. How about cut number 2? He starts talking about the Supreme Court decisions and a woman's right to whatever, Roe versus Wade. Let's play cut number 2 of President Dumbface last night, Flounder, if you would, sir.
Women are not without electoral or political power.
Yeah, cheering. They're cheering.
No kidding.
Yeah, they got it. Yeah, they all. I'm in the crowd.
They have batteries, D batteries.
Oh, God. I mean, God. Jeez. And we're going to play a whole bunch more, too, by the way. And incidentally, he spoke at like 11:30. He got done at 12:30 in the morning or something, which is hard to believe. And then they put him on a plane. He's now taking the rest of his presidency off at some mansion in Colorado someplace, some ranch or something. And one of the Biden aides told reporters, actually said, this is awful. He literally set up a campaign and handed it over to all the Democrats, and they cut him out of prime time. And they set him off. It's like put him on an ice floe. It's like Grandma out to go with the seals and the walruses. Oh, my God. We got it's all coming out. 314. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Look out. Here we go.
Bye-bye.
The Morning Extra is live weekday mornings from 6 to 10, and here's what you missed.
Where were the president and vice president saying this is the kind of political violence that we've talked about that must stop? This and everything that you see on that TV screen today should be in an ad from the Trump campaign saying this is Kamala Harris's vision for America.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. every weekday morning on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Diamonds Direct Atlanta is now open. The nation's fastest growing jewelry store now has a location right here in Buckhead. Shopping for the perfect ring to pop the question? Or maybe an everyday diamond tennis bracelet? The experts at Diamonds Direct are sure to have exactly what you're looking for, no matter the occasion. With the lowest direct importer pricing, you can expect the best selection of certified diamonds at unmatched prices, all within a luxury showroom atmosphere that makes you feel right at home. Come see what other jewelers are trying to replicate. Diamonds Direct's unbeatable after-the-sale guarantees and warranties are the best you can find. Free cleanings, sizing, polishing, accent diamond replacement for the lifetime of your purchase. If that's not enough, they also offer a 110% upgrade policy for you to use as often as you'd like on your diamond engagement ring, pendant, or studs. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, come see how Diamonds Direct is reinvigorating the jewelry industry at their brand new Buckhead showroom. When you want to have complete confidence in your jewelry buying experience, shop with the experts at Diamonds Direct. Now open on the corner of Maple Drive Northeast and Peachtree.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Echo. Hey, folks, have you heard? It's almost time for the Echo one-day sale at Howard Brothers. On September 11th, visit your local Howard Brothers for fantastic deals on Echo power equipment, chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Whether you're a professional or a DIY enthusiast, Howard Brothers has the Echo tools you need to get the job done right. So mark your calendar, bring your friends, and don't miss out on the Echo one-day sale at Howard Brothers on September 11th. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Echo and Howard Brothers.
A musician with technical knowledge can play all the right notes, but one who cares enough to play from the heart gives music soul. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking, because when you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Start feeling unstoppable. Visit truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
When it comes to protecting your assets and ensuring peace of mind, trust the expertise of Nelson Eldercare Law. Our Absolute Protection Trust is designed to provide unparalleled asset protection. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com to discover how our specialized services can safeguard your family's future and assets, offering you the assurance you deserve. NelsonElderCareLaw.com.
Hi, this is Ben.
And I'm Walt from Horizon Background Screening. I would say the biggest benefit of working with Horizon is that we have people working in every courthouse throughout the country to be able to pull records and help with those background checks. There's probably not going to be anything that you can throw by us that's either going to shock us, surprise us, or that we can't put together to help you. The best way for people to find us is on our website. A quick Google search of Horizon Background Screening, or look at us at horizonscreening.com.
There we go. I tried to trick the Kimmer. I had a whole story, too, about the...
We'll do him next.
Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Our musical list. Eddie Willis, American soul musician, died from polio at the age of 82 in 2018. Good grief. He played electric guitar, occasional electric guitar star for Motown's in-house studio band, the Funk Brothers. In the 60s and 70s, hits include Please Mr. Postman by the Marvelettes, The Way You Do the Things You Do by the Temptations, You Keep Me Hanging On by the Supremes, and I Was Made to Love Her by Stevie Wonder. Played electric guitar for those folks. And Passed away at 82 from polio. Good grief. Shall we go? I got birthday stuff. Let's go live. Donald Trump is speaking in Michigan, talking to cops about crime and stuff. Let's go live here, Flounder, if we can.
Anti-police record. She repeatedly endorsed defunding the police, which I said, and it's at a level that, and it never goes away. You know, when you're a defunder or when you are even a politician, your first thought usually is the thought that you go with. If she ever had a chance, she would do whatever she could to defund the police, because that's where her spirit is, that's where her heart is. And we can't have a president like that. She sponsored a bill to strip police officers of legal protection, leaving you at the mercy of the lawless Marxist prosecutors who want to lock up police officers for sport. They lock them up, in many cases, long before they lock up the criminal. And they go after them, too, violently. They don't go after the criminals. Murderers are released 2 hours after the murder. She wants to bankrupt the police unions. He wants to destroy policemen in general. And they ruin your lives, your jobs, and they ruin everything you've lived for, everything you've felt that you want to make great. You want to make our country great. When I'm president of the United States again, we will never even think about or mention the words defund the police. We'll never think about that again. It's got to be put away. It's a bad situation.
Okay. All righty. Well, there's little Donald Trump talking to cops. Again, he's not on the teleprompter. He's just kind of looking at notes and talking to them. It's not like a big rah-rah rally. He's kind of just talking to them about crime and stuff, which is kind of cool. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 322. Here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. We got all the political stuff. I do have a birthday. I want to talk about Joan Allen, 68 years old today. You know her as Pamela Landy in the Bourne Supremacy, Bourne Ultimatum, the Bourne movies. Also, the wholesome mom who turned from black and white into naughty color in Pleasantville. I didn't see that one. And she was also in the movie Nixon, and she was in the movie The Contender with Jeff Bridges. You ever see that? Anybody ever see? That was a really good movie. It was about the president died, or vice president died, and he had to pick one to go, and she was involved with some sex scandal in college, and it was a really good movie. I thought it was very well done. Joan Allen's a good actress, 68. Okay,
you can skip Pleasantville because basically it was another one of these Hollywood hate normal life, hate small town American life. What's so boring being a wife and a mother? You don't want to do that.
Was that Jim Carrey movie? Am I thinking of something else?
No, that wasn't. Jim Carrey.
I kind of remember that. I never saw it, but I remember kind of. Yeah,
I think Reese Witherspoon was in it.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of like little Reese.
It's a waste of time.
She had a lawyer thing going for her, the little sandals. And on this day in history, 1940, for 3 months, the German Luftwaffe pounded the South Coast in the Battle of Britain. Relentless bombing. The British pilots took to the skies knowing the odds were against them. And British Prime Minister Winston Churchill on this day in 1940 paid tribute to the Royal Air Force by saying, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few." The RAF held back the Nazi invasion of Britain from July through October. Daily, nightly. What's that, sir?
The only one on this show who's actually flown a Spitfire that was flown in the war and shot down a Messerschmitt.
That's
I got to
right.
say, they were amazing athletes to do that 3 or 4 times a day with no sleep and little food, because it's very physical flying that airplane.
Yeah, well, Pete did it. He spent $185,000 for a 20-minute flight over there for your bucket list. It was unbelievable.
It was an hour and a half.
Well worth it, by the way.
Hour and a half over the English Channel, damn you.
I know. Well, I wish I'd have done it. Crap. You know, if I were successful, I probably would have.
I tell you what, if I knew what I know now, I'd strafe 10 Downing Street.
Well, yeah. What the hell's going on in Britain? Jeez. In Venezuela, then Mohammed land or something. Good Lord. All right, 325 almost. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. And let's see. Oh, President's stupid face. This is the Charlottesville moment, except the press is not going to do it. The media is not going to do it. Social media is not going to do it, but he did it last night. Last night, President Crime Family Child Molester said talking about the protesters, which are, by the way, a lot of stuff going on. Even the Jew-hating lawyers said, "Oh, you police are cracking down too much on our Jew-hating protesters. This is really not fair. You're acting like police officers and making them stop and everything." God. Anyway, so President Stupidface goes, quote, I'm going to read the actual quotes. At the speech last night, a lot of innocent people are being killed on both sides. We're working around the clock to end the civilian suffering of the Palestinian people and finally deliver a ceasefire and end this war. We're working around the clock, my Secretary of State, to prevent a wider war and reunite hostage to their families and surge humanitarian health and food assistance into Gaza. Now, to end the civilian suffering of the Palestinian people and finally deliver a ceasefire and end this war. Yeah, and then he went on to say that Donald Trump claimed there were both fine people on both sides of the Nazis tribute and the riot in Charlottesville that left the door. I mean, this is unbelievable. That you've never had a politician in the history of this country who has had more vicious, hate-filled, slanderous attacks on his own people. Lies, and I can't watch it. It makes me, even if it's on the news, I'll change the channel. If they're showing highlights on the news, I can't watch. It makes me so freaking mad because they're lying, and they're going to get away with it.
He lied about how great Bidenomics is, but we actually have an actual perfect description, Flounder, of. Well, he's
right back there.
He's
now.
He's not even listening.
Here he goes.
There he is.
Well, he was on the phone.
Bidenomics.
Yeah, just stuff to do.
What are we doing here?
We need the perfect description of Bidenomics by 3 economic experts that we all know and love.
There we
Speaking
go.
of money, how about the $20 you owe me?
Oh, yeah? Well, I only got 10, so here's 10. I owe you 10.
Thanks. Hey, Mo, you owe me 20. Well, here's 10. I'll owe you 10.
You owe me 20.
Here's 10. I owe you 10.
Here's the 10 I owe you.
Here's the 10 I owe you.
Here's the 10 I owe you. Good. Now we're all even.
Certainly.
Hey, Mo. Hey, Larry. It's like, honest to God, they really think it's good that, 4 years ago, I used to be able to put $38 worth of gas in my car, and now I can put $75 worth of gas in my car. They think that's good. Wow, you doubled your money. No.
Did you add a gas tank to your car?
Jeez, it's unbelievable. I mean, honestly, they just don't get it. They think, again, you could explain it this way. In fact, I heard one of the guys before us do that. This is a great example of it. If you gain 15 pounds in 1 year, the next year you gain 10 pounds, the third year you only gain 5 pounds, you can't say you're losing weight. Well, I've gone down from 20 to 5. No. It adds up. Same with inflation. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And people are buying it. Oh, well, you're only 5 pounds now. It's so much better.
Speech after speech last night from every one of them talking about the plight of the average American as if they haven't been in power for 4 years.
I know. Who did
that to us?
In fact, Flounder, let's play. What the hell is the lizard lady? Cut number 7.
So she was some redhead last night who it looked like she had peanut butter stuck in her mouth or something anytime she talked.
Well, let's play.
This is what she had to say.
The lizard lady.
Donald Trump would be able to weaponize the Department of Justice to go after his political opponents. He could even turn the FBI into his own personal police force. That is not how it works in America.
That's what you did. That's exactly what they did.
That's how it works in dictatorship.
Exactly. Just like yours, you dirty, stinking, lying phony. Oh, my God.
Always accuse the other side of what you're doing. It's straight out of Marxist law book, basically.
I know, my friends, when you hear us say things like that, you think, oh, but it's true. It's so clever that they can complain that Donald Trump would politicize the Department of Justice. Let's talk about the Hunter laptop. I mean, it's unbelievable. And when they went to the meeting with the YouTube and Facebook, and everybody said, you really watch out for it. I mean, it's unbelievable. The FBI director, my God, lying and faking about the January 6th just one thing after another. In fact, one more fun thing before we break here, Flounder. How about President Crime Family Stupid Face Molester, cut number 3, was he trying to be funny or clever or, I don't know, some kind of poem or something or other? Cut number 3, last night's thing.
For me and my family, there's a song that means a lot to us. That captures the best of who we are as a nation. The song is called American Anthem. There's one verse that stands out, and I can't sing worth a damn, so I'm not going to try. I'll just quote it. The work and prayers of centuries
Stop yelling.
have brought us to this day. What shall our legacy be? What will our children say? Let me know in my heart when my days are through. America, America.
They really
I gave
hate
my
the Jews.
best to you.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Oh, what a night. Holy cow. 331, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. Your calls and all that stuff coming up, too. Look out. There we go.
It's time for your Georgia headlines presented by RBM of Atlanta, your Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
The Georgia State Election Board voted 3-2 to require a rule that each county board would meet on the Friday after the election to compile vote totals by precinct and ballot type. The rule also allows election boards to examine all election-related documents for discrepancies and conduct investigations until issues are resolved before certifying the results. Atlanta police have arrested 5 individuals after they sped off from a music video shoot where concerned citizens had called about young males brandishing weapons in the neighborhood. The 5 suspects who drove away were stopped by police, who found all 5 carrying illegal guns. The driver, 20-year-old Jaquarvis White, admitted he did not have a valid driver's license. All 5 individuals were arrested and charged with unlawful firearm possession. The officers also seized $10,000 in cash.
For more on Georgia politics and the latest breaking news, follow Extra 1063 on social media or download the Extra 1063 app.
Hey there, I'm Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly, Cobb's premier lifestyle magazine. I'm here today with the owners of Diaz and Gaeta, and they have some breaking news for you.
That's right, Tara. We moved to a new location. I'm Giovanni Diaz, co-owner of Diaz and Gaeta. My partner Zachary Gaeta and I realized the need was growing more and more for legal representation, so we decided to grow too. Visit us at 2400 Herodian Way Southeast, Suite 275 in Smyrna, next to the Battery.
We are 13 years in practice with 6 attorneys on staff. We specialize in personal injury, immigration, criminal defense. We are a multilingual office and always offer free consultations. We are passionate about helping people. Consultations are scheduled with the law partners, and we maintain contact with our clients. We don't build walls between clients and attorney.
Wow, guys. Sounds like a lot of exciting things are going on at Diaz and Gaeta. Reach out with confidence, knowing these amazing attorneys will be working on your case and walking you through the entire process. And remember, Our Town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
Jim Niarchos here with exciting news. The All Four Seasons Home Show returns to Atlanta Radio this Saturday morning at 9, bringing you advice and tips from some of Georgia's top business owners. Join Dan Watkins and myself when we will be helping you make smarter purchases, save money, and keep from getting ripped off. That's the All Four Seasons Home Show every Saturday morning at 9, right here on Extra 1063.
Hey, it's Tug from my friends, the Frost family of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about their family's company all the time here on Extra 1063. First Liberty has helped hundreds of small businesses grow by saying yes when the big banks say no. On Wall Street, opportunities to earn big returns are everywhere. But for Main Street investors, those opportunities are hard to find. Until now. Our First Liberty notes are now open to qualified Main Street investors, paying interest rates of 8 to 13% while helping fuel the growth of small businesses right here in Georgia. With a few basic qualifications and with as little as $25,000, qualified Main Street investors just like you can earn an 8 to 13% interest rate. If this is you, they'd love to hear from you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and consider joining the First Liberty family today. That's FirstLibertyGA.com. FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. Purchasers must verify their SEC accredited investor status. Securities are not being offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful. Have you heard about Sonder and their Georgia-based Medicare Advantage health plans? Sonder Health Plans is committed to revolutionizing healthcare, making it straightforward, personal, and affordable. Call them and ask if you qualify for their fantastic $400 grocery card offer and $0 premiums. They've even got their own radio show and podcast called Weekend Wellness, dedicated to keeping all Georgians healthy and happy at every age. Call 800-331-2928 or visit SonderHealthPlans.com. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Americold Logistics, LLC has an opening for an Automation Systems Analyst 2, job code VB0724 in Atlanta, Georgia, and other unanticipated locations throughout the United States. Responsible for the support and production operations of WES and WMS. Conduct and lead production support calls. This position requires a master's degree in industrial engineering, mechanical engineering, or a related field, plus 2 years of experience in job or similar. Requires approximately 40% travel to warehouse sites with possibility of working remotely with business travel. Offered salary range for position is $64,355 to $77,522 per year. To apply, mail resume to Americold Logistics, LLC, attention Barbara Bishop, 10 Glen Lake Parkway, Northeast, South Tower, Suite 600, Atlanta, Georgia, 30328. Here we go. Little Robert Plant action for you there. Yeah, you know I knew that, don't you?
That's Led Zeppelin, actually.
Well, it's not really Robert Plant.
Who is the lead singer for Led Zeppelin?
For Led Zeppelin, sure. Which goes over like a lead balloon, actually. No. So Robert Plant is 76 years old today. And it says here, Led Zeppelin legend, right here in my little sheet. Wow. What was that one he did that I really liked? There's another song he did I really, really liked.
Big Log?
No. What the hell? It's something about girls and... crap, I don't remember. I'll look it up. Our other birthday of note is, we have several. Connie Chung, 78 years old today, former news chick with painful singing skills, married to Maury Povich. I remember whenever she was on David Letterman, which was frequently back in the 70s or 80s, he would say, well, say hi to Murray for me. She said, it's Maury. Maury Povich. Murray. Say hi to Murray. Murray. Anyway, Connie Chung is 7. Oh, Connie, you too much, Karima. You too much. We used to do a little thing on that. Anyway, that was many, many years.
Connie Chung.
Oh, Krima, you too much. And on our history list today, 1977, the U.S. launched Voyager 2, an unmanned spacecraft carrying a 12-inch gold-plated phonograph record that scientists hoped aliens would find and play to learn about Earth. The record had greetings in 55 languages, sounds of nature, and samples of music, including Mozart, Beethoven, and Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good. And did we ever hear anything about that? I'm trying to remember if we ever heard back from Voyager 2 sent out into space with that record of sounds on it.
I thought we heard from one of the Voyagers every once in a while. We'll hear a bleep or blurp from it.
But so far, now, on the other hand, for all we know, they've contacted us. The people from other creature things have contacted us and said, yeah, we got your notice, and we're coming to visit you, and they've been here all along.
It's barely gotten out of the solar system. So.
Well, there you are. So I like my version better. 339.
Well, then you watch this first Star Trek movie, and you'll see all about it.
What first Star Trek movie?
The first Star Trek, when they first came back in the 1980s, early 80s, the first movie that came back. was about what you're talking about.
Excellent. Well, I have to do that. We're going to do Cut 9 here, Flounder, 339. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? We got a bunch of political stuff and more stuff, too. We got Pete's tweets and Flounder's funnies and Holy Grabbit Sports and all that good stuff, too. And in the meantime, did you hear this? Jake Tapper and Pelosi, who's going to go to hell when she dies, talking about the pushback with the Biden family. And since Nancy Pelosi's the one who stabbed him in the back, basically, and ousted him in a coup, the Democrats performed a coup against their own president, and then they salute him like the glowing emperor who saved the world after they kicked him out of office, basically, and sent him on vacation at midnight. I mean, when nobody. I mean, it's just typical. It's just freaking perfect. Anyway, so Nancy was on with CNN's Jake Tapper, talking about the resentment among Biden and the family and the allies toward her, and they were talking about how difficult it's been. Flounder, I'm not sure exactly where they started. Let's take soundbite number 9, CNN, Jake Tapper, and Nancy Botoxi.
My concern was not about the president, it was about his campaign. As he has seen the exuberance, the excitement that has come forth in our country. I just did an event for one of our members in Illinois, Eric Sorensen, today. Immediately, he got 1,100 volunteers into his campaign as soon as that announcement was made.
Nobody is questioning the fact that the Democratic Party seems much better positioned right now than it did 4 weeks and 2 days ago. There's no question about that. Former Speaker Pelosi.
So why are we even talking about it?
They put it on my script and maybe they're holding my.
Okay, Ron Burgundy.
They're holding my cat hostage.
Yeah, that was Dana Bash said, okay, Ron Burgundy, because he said they put it in my script and made me read it. When she said, why are we even talking about it? They put it in my script and made me read it. Okay, Ron Burgundy, joked Dana Bash, and he said, boy, they're holding my cat hostage.
Have they ever been that chummy and giggly with the Republican they're interviewing?
Yeah. I mean, good grief. And by the way, did you see? Well, I didn't see. I don't know. Eagle-eyed viewers spotted this when they were doing chants, "Love you, Joe," "We love Joe," or whatever it was. Nancy Pelosi was basically just sort of mouthing the words and looking like she couldn't wait to get the hell out of there. One conservative cracked, "Holy crap! Pelosi looks guilty as hell," chanting, "We love Joe" after leading the coup against him. It's honestly so freaking funny for standing there with her "We love Joe" sign like she didn't effectively end his political career. I mean, these people are such freaking phonies, and you could tell it on her face and all the rest of them, too. 342. Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage did it again. This miserable, nasty woman, who, by the way, got more applause than Vice President Cleopatra when she made an unprompted speech to the people. They had a 15-minute thing. Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage cheers louder than they were for Carmela Side Piece. Thanked Joe for his lifetime of service and leadership. Talked about the importance of women running for president, like Shirley Chisholm, who did once, and Geraldine Ferraro, and all that kind of stuff. Donald Trump, first person to run for president with 34 felony convictions. Yeah, only because they let you go. You should still be in prison for what you did. Good grief. Let's see, 342. AOC, cutting out. This woman, again, I'm pretty sure she had to work off 3 or 4 years of as a call girl for the mob after they caught her stealing their cocaine, and then she had to kill her boyfriend who was in charge. It was kind of a long story, but she freaked out last night. I think she, I don't know what they did to ply her off the ceiling when she got done. But here's AOC, another with a bunch of her vicious, slanderous, dirty, stinking lies last night. Cut 5.
And I, for one, am tired of hearing about how a 2-bit union buster thinks of himself as more of a patriot than the woman who fights every single day to lift working people out from under the boots of greed, trampling on our way of life.
People couldn't help notice AOC, Ocasio-Bangbango, Stupidio, the fake accent's a little bit too much. The DNC cringe is all you get. Preacher AOC debuting her new accent, a new phony accent in the middle of delivering her very painful speech. I'm starting to think AOC yelling in her new Southern accent was the highlight of the thing. A couple of years ago, she was accused of using the Southern drawl in front of a black audience at Al Sharpton's National Action Network convention. And then she fired back saying, "Folks talking about my voice can step right off." I don't know what the hell that means.
How How egotistical can it be for a person who spent most of their adult life in a tiny section of Manhattan, trying to think that they can relate to the 350 million people that live across an entire continent?
That's what they do. Again, it's not, they're doing a play. They're putting on a movie. They're making a movie. I mean, it's just the vicious, slanderous hate speech of all of them.
Lie after lie after lie.
And again, claiming that, Donald Trump is going to politicize the Department of Justice. I mean, it's hysterical. And it's working out at 345.
He lost money in office.
Billions.
She's become a multi-millionaire in office.
That's right. Yeah, he lost billions, literally billions of net worth. Billions. In office. Coming up, boy, if you haven't heard the latest scandal about J.D. Vance's competitor, the vice president, slimebag, dirty liar, fake, stolen valor, Minnesota governor, what he's done now, and also the governor of Kentucky has been caught with one of the most vile, disgusting scenarios you can think of. It's next. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 4:15 on 106.3. Look out.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Hi, I'm Jaron Solomon from Solomon Brothers. When people ask me why they should shop at Solomon Brothers, I tell them for the selection, for the pricing, but most importantly, for the service that we have. Because at Solomon Brothers, being family owned and operated means that you're going to get the absolute best service as if you were our own family. Because when you buy a ring from us, that ring becomes a part of the family and you become a part of our family. I always joke when my sister-in-laws bring in their jewelry to me, it's not like I charge them to fix their jewelry. Of course, it all comes from Solomon Brothers. Well, if yours comes from Solomon Brothers, then you get the exact same treatment as the family because you are family. So thank you so much. Come see us at Solomon Brothers. We have 3 locations, one in Buckhead, one in Alpharetta, and now one in Sharpsburg, Georgia. Also, shop us online at SolomonBrothers.com or come check us out on Instagram at Solomon Brothers.
If you notice any cracks in your foundation, they're not going to go away. They need to be addressed as soon as possible to reduce additional costs that come with repair. Ramjack is the best company in the industry for repairing your foundation. We have the highest quality products in the nation. So, if you are experiencing foundation problems, please contact us at ramjack.com/Atlanta or call us at 770-502-8881. That's 770-502-8881.
As an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, the Warrior Alliance connects warriors and their families to free services such as health and wellness, housing, employment, education, legal services, and so much more. We need your financial support to increase our impact and change thousands of lives for those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. It takes more than just thank you for your service. Make a donation to help warriors navigate to success after service. Go to thewarrioralliance.org/donate and make a difference today.
Hey everybody, it's Neil Bortz, an actual attorney spokesperson for Van Sant Law. Notice the heavy traffic out there? Yep, school's back in session. Things can happen. Sometimes people aren't that careful. Maybe an accident. But David Van Sant, he's there to help smooth the way for you if somebody you love gets hurt. Call Van Sant Law at 855-GA-INJURY. 855-GA-INJURY. First call after 9/11, Van Sant Law. 855-GA-INJURY.
With the upcoming election, an assassination attempt on President Trump, wars overseas, inflation, and stock market volatility, these are uncertain times. Do you have a plan? Are you prepared today to have a worry-free tomorrow? If you haven't been to True Prep, now is the time. True Prep is locally owned and operated by Joey and Matthew, who are Georgia Tech graduates. Visit True Prep on Cobb Parkway in Marietta or visit online at trueprep.com. That's
some of my songs I have casually mentioned the fact that I like to drink beer. This little song
Tom T. Hall
is more to the point. Roll out the barrel and lend me your ear.
Some sad news. 3 years ago, Tom T. Hall, the country music singer, songwriter, and short storyteller, Tom T. Hall, died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was in bad shape. He wrote 12 number one hit songs, 26 more that reached top 10, including the hit international pop sensation crossover hit Harper Valley PTA with Jeannie C. Riley. And time now for the Kimmer segment about this. When I came back from Vietnam, got out of the Marines, my first job in radio was KHAT Radio in Phoenix, Arizona, while I went to Arizona State. And I worked 7 days a week, TV and radio, and went to school full time. And I hosted a concert with Tom T. Hall, Bobby Bare, and Jeannie C. Riley. And I was the MC of the concert. And they were great. They were just great. I've had so much fun. Anyway, yes, sir.
So,
yeah,
you dredged up a 3-year-old story.
I know
about a guy blowing his brains out.
I didn't
just so you could tell a story about yourself.
I had when I came in fact, I'll tell you the fact of the matter is when I came in and Flounder. Okay, I do my own birthday and history. Flounder does he's our musical director. He does all the music stuff. So he hands me a list of the music that he's going to play in order. Okay, so the first one I see marked in yellow was Tom T. Hall, 2021. That's all I read. 2021, Tom T. Hall. I didn't read anything else until I brought here. And then it says, oh my God, he died from self. I was like, crap. I didn't even know it was about him killing himself, which is pretty bad. But then I tried to ease the pain a little bit by telling my own personal story about Tom T. Hall, who was wonderful.
Whose pain are you easing?
I don't mind, I guess, probably. I don't know. And Bobby Bare, I remember Bobby Bare songs, Detroit City. Old Limbone in Detroit City. Well, anyway, whatever. Our birthday list includes Andrew Garfield. I bet you know that guy. 41, aged out of Spider-Man after 2 movies. He was Desmond Doss in Hacksaw Ridge. And Eduardo Severin, the guy who gets screwed over by Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network.
Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man, yep. Although after 2 movies, they canceled him because he got too old. 41 years old today. That's what they say. Anyway.
He was in the last one when they had all 3 of them in the same movie.
Yeah. Was that the one with the guy with the octopus limbs and stuff went flying around?
Dr. Strange.
Yeah, was that the one? Oh, God. And let's see. Our history list, Dr. Thingner. And I mentioned radio. I put a picture of one of my old, 55-year-old radio pictures on Facebook. 1920. This is National Radio Day. 1920, in tribute to the first commercially operated radio station. It was in Detroit, and the call sign was 8MK, which has since become News Radio 950 WWJ. It was started by the Detroit News newspaper, now owned by CBS. 1920. What's
Come
that?
in, Tokyo Rose. Come in, Tokyo
Rose. When I came here in 1972, they were celebrating the 50th anniversary of the radio station I worked for. It was 1922 when they went on the air. Anyway, just for the record, 352, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. All right, this is unbelievable. By the way, we're going to do a Flounder's Funny. In fact, let's do that. You want to do that now, Flounder? Have you got one ready?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do a little Flounder's Funny. Then I'm going to do a scandal thing coming up. I'd rather do a funny here and the scandal toward the news. Anyway,
to an indoor water park a few months ago. You ever do that?
Oh, wait, that one sucks. Hold on.
That's all right.
Let's go with...
We can do it later if you want.
Here we go,
Sebastian.
Right, here
we go.
We had garage sales growing up. We threw the garbage out on the driveway. We had some signs with an arrow, come get our garbage. And people would mill around your yard, but you would watch them, right? They would get a little too close to the house. Like, hey, back up, back off, back up. What do you want? Could we use your bathroom? Bathroom, get the hell off the property. And whatever we didn't sell, we threw it out. But we broke it before we put it in the garbage. That's my Italian father. He's like, if they're not going to buy it at my sale, they're not going to come by later and steal it out of my garbage. Saw the couch in half. 12 years old, I'm sawing the couch. Pop the eyeballs out of the teddy bear and then decapitate the head.
Who's that guy there, Paul?
Sebastian Monticello.
Oh, that's right. He was an actor. He was in one of the Robert De Niro movies, I think, if I'm not mistaken. One of the gangster movies, if I'm not mistaken. Back to the news thing. J.D. Vance, holy cow. If you haven't heard about this, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, or Beshear, I don't know what you call it, apparently basically was hoping that J.D. Vance's daughter gets raped one day so he can feel how tough it is to not be in favor of abortion for any circumstance. It happened this morning on MSNBC. Kentucky's Governor Andy Beshear, cut number one, Flounder.
I mean, think about what some people have had to go through because of these laws. I mean, J.D. Vance calls pregnancy resulting from rape inconvenient. Like, inconvenience is traffic. I mean, make him go through this.
Yeah. Make him go through this. Make him go through this suffering of a daughter getting raped and then see how he feels about abortion. Oh, my God. And J.D. Vance says, well, what the hell is this, unquote? Why is Andy Beshear wishing a member of my family would get raped? What a disgusting person. The Harris campaign surrogate governor Andy Beshear went on national TV, called a member of the Senate Vance family to be raped. His comments are disgusting. Violence should not be tolerated in American politics. We call on Carmela Sidepiece to immediately repudiate his comments and demonstrate that regardless of partisan disagreements, this kind of violent rhetoric has no place in our public. They're going to do that.
How about the speakers who got up there and mocked J.D. Vance for pulling himself out of poverty and going to Yale?
Yeah.
They're mocking him for doing that. How dare he get above his pay grade and his status?
I mean, again, what do they have to complain? They can't brag about their own policies. All they can do is attack. There's nothing positive. The entire Democrat campaign is hate Donald Trump and everything that we stand for. They can't brag about anything.
And everybody has to be in the same socioeconomic class. Never rise above that because you're a victim. Remember, you're a victim, and we're here to help you.
Yeah. And one more thing. The Minnesota governor was on a podcast, and he was complaining about the anti-abortion groups trying to restrict in vitro fertilization. I'm hearing some music somewhere, Flounder. I think it's possible.
I'm hearing music.
The complaint about the anti-abortion groups, and so this Minnesota governor tried to come. Well, let's play the soundbite. Cut number 4, Flounder. Here's what the Minnesota governor, running for vice president, complains about the anti-abortion group because of what he says his wife and he went through.
Yeah, well, first of all, it was up to him. I wouldn't have a family because of IVF and the things that we need to do reproductive. My kids were born through that that way. And also I make sure that I'm the guys and our folks are investing in prenatal care. We're the ones that are there for universal pre-K. We're the ones that are providing school meals at this. I'm not going to back down one bit on this whole family values thing, and it's us.
Yeah. You're a liar again. His wife did not have in vitro fertilization. They did go to a clinic because they were having trouble getting pregnant, but they didn't do that. That was not what they did. And even his wife said, "Well, no, we had experiences with the seminar with the thing, but it wasn't." He's a freaking. He'll say or do anything for politics. This man is a lying, stolen valor coward.
Commie.
God.
Chinese plant.
30 trips to China. Got married on Tiananmen Square anniversary day. Honeymooned in China. Ladies and gentlemen. Dear God. And he lied about being a command sergeant major, that he was retired command sergeant major, the highest rank of the. It's all a freaking lie. He dumped on his unit. He lied about holding a gun in war. He left his unit when they were going to. I mean, God almighty. I hate these people. Honestly, I just freaking hate them. Just one lie after another. And let's play cut number 6. Jamie Raskin. Oh my God. This is that slimy hairball, the most obsequious, smarmy, deceitful little cheese dip, has the audacity to use his typical Democratic hate speech stuff to insult and mock J.D. Vance and the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Number 6, Flounder, if you will, sir.
Hey, J.D. Vance, do you understand why there was a sudden job opening for running mate on the GOP ticket? They tried to kill your predecessor.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, wow. Jesus.
What?
That slimy little Jamie, he's the one who had the little scarf on when he had cancer, so he didn't have any hair, so he wore that little freaking head scarf, and then he got his hair back, and now he's still a slimy little grease ball. Honestly, this man is just demented. This is their campaign.
Evil.
Hate.
Evil.
God Almighty! And by the way, keep voting for him. Because they're going to have 4 more years of this. Holy smokes. All right, hold on. It's almost 4 o'clock. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and Pete's Tweets, and Funny Stuff, and Carmella, and we got them. Oh, and Elon Musk, and Babylon B. We got it all. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder right here.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
He says crime in America is out of control. Elisa Brady, Fox News.
We want a crime-free America. We're going to stop violent crime in the United States.
Former President Trump in Michigan calling Vice President Kamala Harris a radical who has supported defunding the police.
This is the most far-left group. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And the press is giving them a free pass.
The former president also challenging the progress claimed on a variety of issues during night 1 of the Democrats' National Convention.
I watched last night in amazement as they tried to pretend that everything was great, the crime was great, the border was great. There wasn't a problem at all, no inflation, no nothing.
The Democrats remain focused on calling out the former president.
Donald Trump, let's be crystal clear, is a convicted felon who wants to make everyone's life worse and only cares about himself and his billionaire friends.
California Congressman Robert Garcia ahead of day 2 at the DNC, where delegates will hold a ceremonial roll call vote for Harris's nomination, and former President Obama will speak tonight. Harris running mate Tim Walz interrupted at an event earlier today by pro-Palestinian protesters who plan more demonstrations tonight after breaking through a barricade yesterday.
Several dozen protesters moved off from the main route and broke through here. They used a sledgehammer to go through these unscalable walls. It looks very different today. They've put locks in now. They have a second row of fencing as well as some concrete borders as well.
Fox's Steve Harrigan in Chicago. A New York law allowing any registered voter to cast a ballot by mail has just been upheld by the state's highest court, rejecting a Republican challenge that argued the New York Constitution requires most people to vote in person. Stocks finish lower, the Dow down about 60 points at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like climbing a mountain, but that mountain is also covered in banana peels. Then when something new gets added to your list, you're like, nope, I'm already climbing this huge, super slippery banana peel mountain of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to manage your policy on our mobile app. So climbing that banana peel mountain feels more like a leisurely stroll. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Jerry Padgett, the second enlisted in the U.S. Navy and deployed multiple times to Iraq and Afghanistan until Jerry was catastrophically injured in an improvised explosive device blast. Now, Jerry received a new smart home thanks to our friends at the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Now, the home is in the foundation's Let Us Do Good Village. It's in Florida, and Jerry now lives more independently thanks to the specially adaptive technologies. Commit to $11 a month, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
There we go. Riding through the desert. Can't figure out what to call your horse. I don't know. There we go. 403. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer, Pete Davidson, Flounder. Happy Tuesday. Kind of just like summer. Went to the stable last night. I boy, in Chicago and Blood, Sweat, and Tears concert last night near my house. And I went to the stable, had some fun, put a little video up there, and everything was well. Got home about 8 o'clock and no traffic issues. So there we are. Life is good. On this day, 2009, now since the Doors, they all sound alike. Every song is exactly whatever. They're famous and rich, and I'm here. 2009, keyboard player and bass player Larry Knechtel, Larry Knechtel, or Knechtel, I assume, died 69, heart attack. Best known as a member of the Wrecking Crew. Had worked with Simon & Garfunkel, Dwayne Eddy, the Beach Boys, the Doors, Jerry Garcia, Elvis, and a member of the 1970s band Bread. Keyboard player, bass player Larry Knechtel, or I guess it's pronounced Knechtel. Anyway, sorry, Larry. Our birthday list includes Ben Barnes is 43, Billy Russo on The Punisher, Logan Delos on HBO's Westworld, Prince Caspian in the Chronicles of Narnia. He's a Darkling, the villain in the Netflix series Shadow and Bone. Ben Barnes, 43, in case you know that guy. I don't know any of those things. And I'm doing this for you, people, just for you. And on this day, I remember seeing this, and I thought, oh, my God, what's he doing that when I was a little boy? 1959, he played Wyatt Earp on TV. Actor Hugh O'Brien. Actor Hugh O'Brien, and all of a sudden this came into the world. Hugh O'Brien, this was the day, 1959, he finally met his idol, Dr. Albert Schweitzer, in Africa. Hugh O'Brien was carted up the river by natives suffering from leprosy. He met Albert Schweitzer at his hospital in Africa, referring to him as a living saint. Schweitzer urged the need to call out for a ban on nuclear testing in 1959, and the actor Hugh O'Brien happily brought that message back to America. And I remember that. I think that was probably the first example of an actor on TV. All of a sudden, I remember seeing him on the news or something, and I thought, oh my God, that's kind of weird. And it was like 10 years, 11, 12 or whatever. Anyway, so there's a little something over history. 406, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here's a number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Oh, can I do a quick message thing? Flounder sent me this from an email. And I think, by the way, I think I responded to her directly, Flounder. Oh, Flounder's not even in there. I can't see him. Oh, there he is. I think I even responded to her by email because I hit the little arrow thing and it went back to her email. So I think I was able to respond to her. A very nice message from, I'll give her first name is Roxanne, and she said, Kimmer, sitting here on a Sunday night with my husband and watching Jesse Waters on Fox. I yelled out, oh my God, in response to some lame comment from the Dem guest, and then laughed and said to my husband, yo, I sound like the Kimmer. Chuckle, chuckle, big heart, love you and love the show. And then Kimmer, my husband, came over and took me in his arms and delivered little sweet kiss. Well, no, I said.
Let's take that shit.
Yeah, let's get that.
Hey, I got a little trivia for you about Hugh O'Brien.
Thank you,
Roxanne. What was his main claim to fame there?
He was Wyatt Earp on TV.
Not at the end of his career. What was? His main claim to fame?
It must have been political. I don't really remember. I can't remember.
Nope.
What?
He was the last man shot on film by John Wayne.
No kidding. What? Do you remember the
Shot
movie?
And killed. The Shootist.
The Shootist. Oh, God.
In the bar.
That's right.
Killed him in the bar.
Pilgrim. John Wayne starts to walk like this. I mean, what a big clunk of a guy. I mean, seriously. I mean, talk about ill at ease. Dear Lord.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm sure he was great. I mean, he was perfect for what he did. But let's go over to the bar there, Pilgrim. I mean,
I watched an interview with Peter O'Toole a while back, the late, great Peter O'Toole. He was talking about how Katharine Hepburn had never met John Wayne, so he set it up so they could meet. And she's an ultra-liberal, he ultra-right. And all she did was talk about what a great man John Wayne was and how nice he was and how wonderful she thought he was.
I'll be Dave. Well, that's cool. That's always nice to hear. It's 408, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. Donald Trump says Carmela's side piece will not go to a debate on Fox News September 4th. Well, we knew that wasn't, again, what a freaking coward. And nobody's going to care. They're going to say, well, why should she, you know? They're going to, so she's not going to do it. She would have been held in Pennsylvania, moderated by Brett Baier and Martha McCallum, and neither one of those people is a rampant, hater of any kind. They would have been fair and square with her. Martha McCallum and Brett Baier, they're not exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Brett Baier is. Yeah, he's.
Yeah, they would have been decent. But they, she would have to defend her record and everything. And the reason he wanted it in Pennsylvania is so she can explain her no fracking all of a sudden in Pennsylvania while she's with the Pennsylvania audience. So, but still, she's not going to do it. They will do a September 10th debate on ABC, and then a vice presidential debate in October on the 1st. Of the two vice presidents. But again, there's only so far one debate with Trump and the dirty, rotten, stinking, lying, fake, phony, empty. She's got nothing. She hasn't done anything. Oh, God. By the way, Trump posted a collage of pictures relating to Taylor Swift on his Truth Social account, showing that Taylor Swift and her Swifties big fans of Donald Trump. They have one pictures, and he didn't do it, but it showed up and he reposted it. Apparently, they show the classic Uncle Sam recruiting poster, "We want you," and it shows Taylor Swift in red, white, and blue with a caption, "Taylor Swift wants you to vote for Donald Trump," and he said, "I accept." Pictures made by an ex-user, Swifties turning to Trump after ISIS foiled Taylor Swift concert, Swifties for Trump t-shirts. Boy, how funny would that be? I should send one to my granddaughter, although my daughter Sarah would disown me. Anyway, they say, the Swifties for Trump is a massive movement growing bigger every day. Of course, the media uproar was relentless and immediate. "This is horrible. It's dirty, rotten liar. Swifties for Trump is not true. It's fake. It's a lie." Good Lord. Swifties for Trump images is bogus. When's the last time you used the word bogus? Well, that's really bogus, man. Was that from the 80s? When was that popular? Well, that's really bogus, man.
You know what? That was Ted and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure stuff. Yeah, bogus.
That's so bogus, man.
God. What the hell does it mean? What does bogus mean?
Not real. It means fake, inauthentic, unreal. Flounder, let's do cut number 8. Robert Kennedy Jr. may be dumping out of the race, and if he does, it'd be interesting to see where he goes to support. Number 8 is a woman named Nicole Shanahan, who is his vice presidential running ticket candidate mate with Robert Kennedy Jr. Here's what she says about what might happen. Number 8.
There's 2 options that we're looking at, and one is staying in, forming that new party, but we run the risk of a Kamala Harris and Waltz presidency because we draw votes from Trump, or we draw somehow more votes from Trump, or we walk away right now and join forces with Donald Trump, and we walk away from that and we explain to our base why we're making this decision. Not easy.
Clearly.
Yeah, not an easy decision.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God, she sounds like a Valley girl or something. I don't know anything about her.
She's good looking.
Is she? Well,
good looking.
I don't know anything about her. And by the way, now there's talk about putting him somewhere in the cabinet or in the administration, maybe in a healthcare position, or because he's going to eliminate half the cabinet spots because of his thing on the vaccine stuff like that. I don't know.
Education.
Yeah.
First day.
Yeah, first gone.
Department of Education.
Yeah, out. So, but anyway, there's talk about maybe RFK Jr. doing something to help Trump. I'll bet he'd be good at something. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. Also, Elon Musk has said today, okay, I'm in. Donald Trump, when they had their conversation a couple of days ago, Donald Trump was asked about putting Elon Musk in perhaps some position in his cabinet or as an advisor of some kind. And Donald Trump said he's a very smart guy. I certainly would. If he would do it, I certainly would. He's a brilliant guy. Well, Elon Musk today said this, quote, "I am willing to serve." And he showed, and this is pretty funny, he showed a picture of himself standing behind a podium with the words Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, etched onto it, which is a reference to Dogecoin, that joke cryptocurrency that Musk aggressively promoted 3 years ago, causing its value to go nuts. Remember the Dogecoins? Is that all just fake, gone now? I mean, is they still have them? Remember, we used to check on their value. It was like $1.80 or something. I don't even remember. But I wonder whether they're even still a thing. When Elon Musk started talking about it, they went nuts.
It's at $0.10, so it's 10 cents a coin.
So you've lost 90 cents on your dollar. So if you put $1 worth in.
Yeah.
413 already. Holy cow. 404-741-1230. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And we got stuff. Let's do Pete's tweets coming up, and another Flounder's funny. What's the matter?
I got a good Pete's tweets for you today.
All right, coming up next. 414, let's call it. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder on 106.3. How's your Tuesday going? My God.
Time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Not exactly a hard-hitting political commentary, but, maybe it is. On the road in the Bortz bus last Friday, ran over something in the road. It looked like a spike. It's about 7 inches long and easily a half an inch in diameter right into a tire. I immediately had a warning in the cockpit, we'll call it, managed to get to a safe place, and here comes a tire technician to patch it up so that I could get to my destination, where, by the way, I'm buying a new tire. While he was working, I talked with him a bit. He's making some pretty good coin, over $60,000 a year, more than any college graduate with a gender studies degree or history or English or black studies will ever make. And he has no student loan debt. I remember a conversation I had with Bernie Marcus, one of the founders of Home Depot. How many, I asked him, rank and file employees working the stock, working the shelves, the aisles, the cash registers, retired as millionaires because they invested in Home Depot stock as an employee? The answer, about 3,500. None of them with student loan debt. You don't have to go to college to be a success in this country. In fact, in many ways, it can actually slow you down and be a detriment. That tire technician and the knowledgeable product experts at Home Depot are worth far more to our society and to themselves and their families than anybody with a gender studies degree. And Lord help us, how long is it going to be before people graduate with transgender studies on their diploma? God help them. Choose a trade, folks. Go after it. Live well. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hey, it's Tuck here with an important message. As the weather heats up, Southern Exteriors is gearing up with unmatched quality and precision. For over 25 years, they've been delivering top-notch craftsmanship that you can rely on. And let me tell you, they're hotter than the campaign trail in July. Got a home exterior project that's got you feeling the heat? Don't sweat it. From roofing to siding, gutters to windows and doors. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co. Get a free consultation. Southern Exteriors, your home's best ally with any project.
We've all heard it before. Buy one, get one windows. 10% off if you call today. $500 off if you sign tonight. But are these really a special? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Hi, this is Candace with Exovations, and have I got a tip for you. Don't fall for it. It's exhausting trying to keep up with all the fake specials being offered. And we all say the same thing. We're all licensed, we're all insured, we all have 5-star reviews. At Exovations, we want to earn your business the right way. But don't take our word for it. Let us show you why we say we are different from other contractors. To find out what it means to have an on-time, on-budget, and stress-free renovation, call me today at 770-205-2995 or online at exovations.com. That's exovations.com.
Hey Atlanta, it's Mark from Atlanta Safe House. The Safe House crew hopes everyone is enjoying their vacation this summer. We know the criminals are watching and waiting for you to leave so they can bust in and steal your stuff. But hey, there is a solution. Come purchase a quality safe from Atlanta Safe House. And with summer rebates and specials, you can save hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a quality safe. And remember, don't let an illegal or crackhead deliver or move your safe. They could very well know your combination. So drop by the showroom or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Hi, this is Ben.
And I'm Walt from Horizon Background Screening. There are two ways that we generally help businesses.
processes. First, as they're going through the hiring process with people, help them define the criminal history. If somebody's on the sex offender registry, needless to say, most companies need to screen those people out. If they're going to be driving a vehicle, if they're going to be in people's houses, we need to make sure that we understand what their history is to protect your company and to protect your clients, but also to protect your employees.
Our pre-employment background checks, FCRA compliant. We're going to make sure you stay good with the EEOC, all those kind of things. Our PI stuff is going to be a little bit different. We can dig a little bit deeper. We have different avenues, and we can get into kind of the weeds of things, which on those kind of cases we want to do. 25 plus years, we've just been blessed with growth and have basically become a nationwide provider of both pre-employment background checks and private investigative services.
The best way for people to find us is on our website. A quick Google search of Horizon Background Screening, or look at us at horizonscreening.com.
Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to Ma and me.
Yeah.
Just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze.
Yeah, boy named Ken. Kind of
now, I don't blame him because he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue.
Johnny Cash. On this day,
well, he must have
2008,
thought that it was quite a joke.
his
and it got
daughter
a lot of
called
laughs
the
from
use
lots
of her
folks.
father's name to
Seems I had
endorse
to fight my
a
whole
presidential
life.
candidate appalling. Country star John Rich implied that Johnny Cash would have backed Republican hopeful John McCain while he was at a rally in Florida, according to the media. Writing on her website, Roseanne Cash called the remarks presumptuous. Even I would not presume to say publicly what I know he thought or felt. She said, oh, just stay out of it, Roseanne. It was just Johnny Cash in the thing. God crying out loud. Let's see. Our birthday list includes Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit. 54 years old today. And let's see, on this day in history, 1997, Alabama dedicated a 50-mile stretch of Interstate 65 from Montgomery to the boyhood home in Georgiana of Hank Williams. In honor of his memory, 50 miles, renaming the section the Hank Williams Memorial Lost Highway. So is that one of his songs, Lost Highway? Or something? I don't have no idea. 4 o'clock hour, sponsored by our good friends at Atlanta Safe House, home of the Kimmer Safes. You need a safe, silly, on your medical records. You know, the VA tells you to go pound sand. It's my fault, and it doesn't have to be yours. Keep your stuff in there. Medical records, your living will. Come on, you're killing me. Dental stuff. 4 o'clock hour, Atlanta Safe House. They have a showroom in Ackworth and on the web, atlantasafehouse.com. A couple of things other than the convention last night. A federal judge. But we're going to do a quick woke thing here. A good news and a bad news. A federal judge in Virginia has ruled that the Hanover County School Board cannot stop a transgender student from playing on the girls' tennis team. Now, a few words I've left out that make this story even more cringeworthy. The school board wanted to block, and the judge said you cannot block the transgender student who is 11. An 11-year-old boy says he's a girl, and the judge says that's okay. We're talking about middle school. The kid's engaged in a lawsuit against the school board saying they're discriminating because he's a girl even though he's a boy. Denied her application to try out and participate on the tennis team. The lawsuit identifies the kid as Janie Doe. Civil Liberties Union of Virginia filed the lawsuit, and the Eastern District of Virginia, appointed by President Obama, said that preventing the student from joining the team denies her the opportunity to play school tennis entirely, or demands that she contravene her social transition in order to participate in school athletics, because Janie Doe faces a litany of harms ranging from medical regression, social isolation and stigma, financial and logistical burdens, and the dignitary harms of either outing her as transgender or communicating that transgender students are not welcomed or encouraged to participate in school athletics at all. Janie Doe has made more than a clear showing that the discrimination has harmed her. She is identified as a female since she was 7. Born male, identifies as a female. Information and read. Good God, people.
She's gay, and she doesn't know it, or he's gay. And if he gets 18 or 19, he'll know he's gay, but they're going to warp his mind and probably his body at some point.
11. And since the age of 7? I'm trying to figure out how the parents are handling this. And obviously, as I have 2 daughters, and clearly if my daughters were gay or lesbian, I'd still love them as I would anybody else. I mean, that's not an issue here. But I'm wondering how the hell a parent or a set of parents, apparently there's both of them together, how they could determine that a 7-year-old boy, they would help him identify as a girl.
You can't. You have no clue, and that kid has no clue. Leave them alone. The studies show if you leave them alone, they figure it out by the time they're 17, 18, or 19, and they're usually gay.
And by the way, I mean, if there are problems with their psychology and their stability and so forth, then you get help. You talk to people and you consult and you talk and you address things and you don't hide stuff and you be as open as you can. You figure things out, but my God, you don't make life-changing decisions from the time the kid is 7.
But because somebody's taunting you doesn't mean you get to go out and beat girls in the tennis team.
I mean, again, he's the 11-year-old. A boy is, nowadays, I suppose the testosterone issue is probably pretty much pumping in there by 11. It used to be, 12, 13, 14. Now I think it's like 8 or 9 or 10, 11 years old.
No boy has testosterone anymore. No, we got the third less than our grandparents did.
Yeah, but
that should be a huge story, by the way.
Yeah.
Why is that? In 2 generations, we've lost 2/3 of our testosterone.
Yeah. And I don't think anybody realizes that, or when they hear it, they just think, guys aren't as tough as they used to be or something. That's not it. I mean, this is really the way, we used to
Plastic
be able to.
bottles.
Yeah.
It's something. It's the chemicals in the bottled water or something.
And on the other side of some good anti-woke news, Harley Davidson. We kind of mentioned it yesterday, but it's official today. They've released a statement from Harley Davidson renouncing their DEI. Didn't earn it. And all their other initiatives in the wake of their social media outrage and withering pressure from loyal Harley bikers. And again, the point was really, it's made here somewhere in this story. I'll get to it in a second. The Harley Davidson guy now released a statement. The head guy, who I don't believe is actually believes this, I'm sure this was a board thing, said, "We have not operated a DEI function since April. We do not have a DEI function today. We do not have hiring quotas. We no longer have supplier diversity spend goals. We are reassessing employee training initiatives and sponsorships while refocusing on our most loyal customers." Well, veteran bikers are saying, nice talk. Let's see you prove it, first of all. And here's one very famous Navy SEAL guy, longtime Harley guy from Colorado. He's got 500,000 followers, and he's been leading kind of the boycott of Harley because they've gone woke. He said, "I think it's great, but they never should have charged that in the first place." And the bikers, here's my point, too. Bikers claim that the Milwaukee-based company Harley-Davidson forever has used bikers to build its badass brand and then has abandoned the badass brand as the motorcycle's popularity expanded to upscale riders in 3-piece suits and wingtips who have a little Harley like me on the side, for stuff like that. I was never a gangster, but I wanted to be a gangster, and when I saw my first Harley when I was about 4 years old, a police motorcycle Harley, I said, "Oh my God, I want one of those." And then I got one.
It's like NASCAR.
I've had 6 or 7 Harleys, and because of the way it was, what it meant, the way I felt, I put on that leather jacket. I have leather chaps. I've got all this stuff, and man, and the gloves and the things, and man, I felt like $1 million. I mean, it just, I
could have assless chaps.
Yeah, I was about to say the assless.
I have assless chaps. In fact, oh my God, I've got them tonight. I'll try to remember to put them on and show them to you.
Considering that you teased it, maybe we should do some tweets here since,
Outstanding. 427. Perfect opportunity for Pete's tweets. We don't even need the music. Well, we have the music. Sure, it's right there. Since I did tweet. Well, see, now it's kind of silly to talk over Pete's tweets. We said we're doing Pete's tweets. I don't know.
In the media center at the Democrat convention, they've taken away the women's restrooms. There are men's bathrooms, but for everyone else, there are gender-neutral restrooms. Only women have to share their bathrooms, not the Democrat men. Is that not amazing?
Good Lord. Talk about lack of testosterone.
Yeah. Fight with Memes tweets a list of phrases that are now meaningless thanks to the Democrat media. Studies suggest. I think I said that earlier. Experts are saying. Scientists believe. According to research, majority of people believe. Polls indicate, and anonymous sources say. That is all leftist propaganda. If you hear it, run the other way.
That's right. Word salad.
Ever gone to a Build-A-Bear store?
Yes, I have. Yeah, with my kids and grandkids, absolutely.
You personalize your own little bears for little girls and whatever.
Well, you can.
Robbie Starbuck tweets that a Build-A-Bear has Kamala shirts for your bear, but no Trump shirt. So shop accordingly.
Aha. That's that same guy who did the Harley boycott.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
What's his name? Say his name again.
Harley Davidson did not hire the Build-A-Bear guy to run a motorcycle.
Say the guy's name you just said.
I didn't. Robbie Starbuck is a tweeter. He has nothing to do with Harley Davidson.
All right, hold on a second.
Except the fact that Robbie actually got him to change everything because he started tweeting about him.
Right.
He's the guy who did it.
Right,
He's
that's what I'm
not the
saying.
CEO.
Oh, no, I'm saying, isn't it interesting that this guy, Robbie Starbuck, is the same guy for the Build-A-Bear. It's the same guy going after Harley and the woke companies and stuff, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's gone after several woke companies. Yeah, this is what he does, and he does a good job of it.
That's right, yeah.
Rob tweets that last night Joe Biden finally got to feel like an average American, disappointed, betrayed, hurt, angry, and humiliated by people who took his money and his job.
Welcome to middle America, all right.
Seriously. Verity tweets, I feel the need to explain something to the generation that does not remember or never saw. A world where one person with a high school education could support a family of 5 comfortably. This was real. For millions of American families, it was normal, and it has been stolen from you.
That's right. Think about it.
The feds.
What happened when all of a sudden a guy making a decent salary could afford to support a family and everybody, and, you were never rich, but you could live in a house and drive a car, and you may have to share a car with your wife for a while or something, but we all lived that way.
Federal government.
Yeah.
And Clint Russell tweets, there's a natural tendency to want a happy ending, to let bygones be bygones, a fond farewell. But let's remember that less than 2 years ago, Joe Biden described half of the country as a clear and present danger. Then he wished us a winter of severe illness and death. So blank Joe Biden.
He's not a nice man. Joe Biden's a criminal and a pervert. And he's a ruiner of America. Think about what he's done. What he's allowed them to do to him, to us. Because he's not in charge up there. And you just talk about for the rest of the, absolutely. It's 4:31, boys and girls. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. We got Holy Crap at Sports coming a little later, and more politics stuff, and the Shroud of Turin. It's real? We'll see. Maybe see. Well, would you like to? If it's real, wouldn't you want to touch it?
I just have a hard time believing that Jesus looked like that. His face looks very middle
He looked
European.
like Yasser Arafat or something. He wasn't a blue-eyed blonde like that. Pictures, all the pictures my whole life of Jesus I had were the blue-eyed blonde one. I don't. He looked like Yasser Arafat, I guarantee it.
It's time for your Georgia headlines, presented by RBM of Atlanta, your Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
The Georgia State Election Board voted 3-2 to require a rule that each county board would meet on the Friday after the election to compile vote totals by precinct and ballot type. The rule also allows election boards to examine all election-related documents for discrepancies and conduct investigations until issues are resolved before certifying the result. Atlanta police have arrested 5 individuals after they sped off from a music video shoot where concerned citizens had called about young males brandishing weapons in the neighborhood. The 5 suspects who drove away were stopped by police, who found all 5 carrying illegal guns. The driver, 20-year-old Jaquarvis White, admitted he did not have a valid driver's license. All 5 individuals were arrested and charged with unlawful firearm possession. The officers also seized $10,000 in cash.
For more on Georgia politics and the latest breaking news, follow Extra 1063 on social media or download the Extra 1063 app.
When you buy a Subaru from Subaru of Gwinnett, you're buying more than a vehicle. You're buying safety for your family and something that will last a long, long time. In other words, you're buying trust. For a limited time, you can celebrate amazing offers on the all-new Forester, Crosstrek, or Outback during the Subaru A Lot to Love event now through September 3rd. Plus, you can enjoy special financing on select new 2024 Outback models. And you'll love more than just your new Subaru. You'll love the dedicated staff at Subaru of Gwinnett with some of the best service specialists in the area and a team you know you can trust. You'll ride with peace of mind knowing that Subaru of Gwinnett has your back. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, you'll find that Subaru model you've always dreamed about at a price that makes that dream come true. But you'll need to get in by September 3rd to take advantage. We'll make it easy. Just start with a test drive. And before you know it, you'll be in the Subaru you love. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com. Then stop by on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
Hey there, I'm Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly, Cobb's premier lifestyle magazine. I'm here today with the owners of Diaz and Gaeta, and they have some breaking news for you.
That's right, Tara. We moved to a new location. I'm Giovanni Diaz, co-owner of Diaz and Gaeta. My partner Zachary Gaeta and I realized the need was growing more and more for legal representation, so we decided to grow too. Visit us at 2400 Herodian Way Southeast, Suite 275 in Smyrna, next to the Battery.
We are 13 years in practice with 6 attorneys on staff. We specialize in personal injury, immigration, criminal defense. We are a multilingual office and always offer free consultations. We are passionate about helping people. Consultations are scheduled with the law partners, and we maintain contact with our clients. We don't build walls between clients and attorneys.
Wow, guys. Sounds like a lot of exciting things are going on at Diaz and Gaeta. Reach out with confidence, knowing these amazing attorneys will be working on your case and walking you through the entire process. And remember, Our Town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
A beach trip turned car breakdown is a drag, man. You and your family jamming to the tunes, feeling the groove, then bam, your car's dead. Major bummer, man. Seriously, summer can be brutal to your air conditioning, your radiator, your electrical components of your car. An AC compressor can cost over $900. Condenser can be $800. So shield yourself from the expensive car repairs. Car shield yourself like I have with all of my ranch trucks. CarShield gets its A rating from the Better Business Bureau by doing just what they say they're going to do. Their experienced phone representatives will answer your questions and set you up with an affordable plan that fits your financial needs. Ask them about services like 24/7 roadside assistance, courtesy towing, and rental car options. If your car is 20 years old or newer, call 800-227-6100. Get 20% off, 800-227-6100, or visit carshield.com/back. Coverage varies by plans. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
That's a little Nick and the boys there. At 437, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? 404-741-1230 with the Stones.
You're so sweet.
Yeah.
You make me hard.
Oh.
You make me weak.
Make me weak, all right.
Love is strong.
Weep.
You're so
Weak and weep.
Someday, babe,
yeah, baby.
we got to meet.
2006, the Stones played the first of 2 nights at the Twickenham Stadium on their A Bigger Bang World Tour. Feeder and the Charlatans also appeared with the Stones in 2006 on this very day. And our birthday list includes Demi Lovato, 32. She's the so-called non-binary singer and actor as well. She does acting stuff, I guess. She briefly preferred they, them pronouns, and then she said it became too exhausting, and so she doesn't really know what to do. Seriously,
Yeah, she's mixed in the head.
She doesn't know what to do. I mean, you got to feel bad for. I mean, that's just a problem that you need to address anyway.
Mental illness.
Yeah, and on this day, speaking of holy matrimony and the thrill of meeting that final woman. I'm having a moment here for a second. Okay, now here we go. 2011, yes, Kim Kardashian married Chris Humphries. He was a basketball guy, right? Chris. Oh, yeah. Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphries got married on this day in 2011, and it lasted 72 days. Yes,
70 old.
The hell?
Days.
I think her wedding was over $11 million, and E! Entertainment paid for it because it was going to be televised through their TV show.
What a country.
Sorry. Do we know? I didn't look this up. I didn't know what's going to be on this list of this one, but do we know what happened? I mean, how can you explain 2.5 months of marriage?
He wasn't as famous enough for her as what was going on.
I guess.
His career was coming to an end, and she didn't want to be putting up with that guy sitting around the house not doing anything.
Yeah, I suppose.
By the way, Trump just had a mic drop moment in Michigan.
Oh, what happened? Were they talking to the cops?
Basically, he's talking to the cops in Michigan, and afterwards he took questions, and some Democratic reporter said, "How come you're coming to a town with a history of white supremacy?" And everyone started booing and calling her a Democrat, and he held his hands up, everybody be quiet, and he strolled up to the microphone, and he said, "Who was here in 2021? And everybody thought about it, and some woman yelled, "Joe Biden." He went, "Thank you."
Kaboom. I mean, well, there you go. And by the way, one of the local news stories today, and I don't really have much information on it, was in Carrollton, a deputy sheriff was serving a search warrant along with a GBI and got ambushed and shot in the face. The police were able to kill the scumbag. This is in Carrollton, just west of us. Once again, issuing a warrant, showing up at a house. I mean, how many times have you heard about dispute, a domestic violence case? They show up to, a guy and his wife in a fight, or serving a warrant for something, and here you go, and they freaking ambush, man. I mean, honest to God, the disrespect. And this is, you have to understand. I keep using the example. How'd you like to be a cop at 3 o'clock in the morning on patrol, and the guy's swerving and weaving around, and then tries to outrace you, and then finally pulls over, and you're getting out of your car by yourself at 3 o'clock in the morning in the pitch black, and his windows are all blackened down, and he rolls down his window, and you're hoping he doesn't have a gun. I mean, and that's routine. Pulling somebody over for a traffic stop, and God knows what's going to happen. And you think, you think maybe a cop's a little on edge, so he may not be really polite when he says, "Hello, sir, may I please see your license and registration?" God. And he gets freaking ambushed and serving a warrant. It was a judge issued a warrant saying, "Go check this guy out," a legitimate legal thing, and he gets freaking ambushed for doing his job. They're making, $40,000 a year, trying to raise a freaking family in a place he can't afford to live. God, he's freaking scumbag. And by the way, that's not a Republican. I'll guarantee you that shot him. Anyway, 441. Sorry, I didn't mean to scream yell. Let's see. By the way, not speaking of that, but something else I had in my mind, and we're going to do the shroud here in a second. Driving along today, and I noticed a license plate of a car in front of me was from Utah. And it wasn't a prestige plate. It was just a regular, plate with numbers and letters on it and so forth. And the main thing about the Utah license plate was a big American flag in the upper left-hand corner. Took up the whole left corner part of the license plate was an American flag. And I should have Googled to see whether that's the standard license plate. It looked like it was the standard plate. It wasn't a prestige plate. It was just numbers and letters. And I got to thinking, can you imagine what would happen in how many states if the license plate board, whoever does that, the Commerce Department or whoever's in charge of it, said, "We're going to put a nice, big, beautiful red, white, and blue American flag right there on that plate there." What do you think?
Police wouldn't like that.
Can you imagine?
It's too hard to identify the car quickly.
Well, I mean, it doesn't take up the whole plate. It's like 2 inches in that upper left-hand corner. It's a red, white, and blue flag stands right out there. You can still see all the numbers. But again, how many people would be upset that there's an American flag on their license plate? That's the first thing I thought of.
Who complains about "In God We Trust"? I have it on my car.
Well, I know, but that's just because it's been around so long. But if all of a sudden, how many states have an American flag on their plate? I'll bet you. I don't know. I'll bet you only Fred Fowler. I know that one. And I'm curious as to why not. Every state should have an American flag on it.
This is troubling you, I can see.
It is troubling me. 443. Okay, now here we go.
Struck a nerve.
The shroud.
Struck a chord.
The Shroud of Turin. Is it real? The Shroud of Turin in the 1350s in history was touted as the actual burial cloth, the shroud used to wrap the body of Jesus Christ after his crucifixion. The Holy Shroud bears a faint image of the front and back of a bearded man. Many believers it's Jesus' body miraculously imprinted onto the fabric. Research in the 80s appeared to debunk the idea, saying it was dated back to the Middle Ages, hundreds of years after Jesus died. Well, now Italian researchers using a new technique involving X-rays that measure the disappearance of wax or something in cloth, some special new technique, has now dated the material, confirmed it was made about 2,000 years ago, the time of Jesus. The fact that timelines add up leads credence to the idea that the faint blood-stained pattern of a man with his arms folded in front was Jesus' body. The Bible states Joseph wrapped the body in a linen shroud, placed it inside the tomb, took the body, wrapped it in the new linen, put it in the new tomb, had it dug in a wall of rock, closed the tomb with a rolling buck. Burial cloth has captivated the imagination of historians and church chiefs and skeptics for years since it was presented to the public in 1350. Since 1578, the Shroud of Turin has been in the Royal Chapel of the Cathedral of the San Giovanni Battista in Turin, Italy. The cloth appears to show faint brownish images on the front and back depicting a gaunt man with sunken eyes who is about 5'6". Markings on the body correspond to crucifixion wounds of Jesus mentioned in the Bible, thorn marks on the head, lacerations on the back, and bruises on the shoulders. The cross he carried, they say, would weigh about 300 pounds, which would leave the contusions. And the lacerations on the back for when he was being whipped by the Romans. The Shroud of Turin? Real? Wouldn't love to see it. Wouldn't love to. What happens if you touch it? If you could actually touch it, would that be a good thing? Oh, man. 446, Kermit Feed and Flounder. We got so much more time.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Tug, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Turn our attention to the climate disaster. Thought you'd be interested in some new facts gleaned from an article in the Wall Street Journal. Let's start out with polar bears. Al Gore in 2006 told us they were on the way out. In 2004, the Washington Post said that the species was facing extinction. The World Wildlife Fund said that polar bears would be unable to reproduce by 2012. What is the truth? You've noticed they've suddenly stopped talking about polar bears. That's because the polar bear population increasing substantially. 12,000 in the 1960s, above 26,000 right now. Well, the truth is a pain in the butt to these climate radicals.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Echo. Hey, folks, have you heard? It's almost time for the Echo one-day sale at Howard Brothers. On September 11th, visit your local Howard Brothers for fantastic deals on Echo power equipment, chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Whether you're a professional or a DIY enthusiast, Howard Brothers has the Echo tools you need to get the job done right. So mark your calendar, bring your friends, and don't miss out on the Echo one-day sale at Howard Brothers on September 11th. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Echo and Howard Brothers.
Hey, everybody, it's Neil Bortz, an actual attorney spokesperson for Van Sant Law. Notice the heavy traffic out there? Yep, school's back in session. Things can happen. Sometimes people aren't that careful. maybe an accident. But David Van Sant, he's there to help smooth the way for you if somebody you love gets hurt. Call Van Sant Law at 855-GA-INJURY. 855-GA-INJURY. First call after 9/11, Van Sant Law. 855-GA-INJURY.
Hey, it's Tug from my friends, the Frost family of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about their family's company all the time here on Extra 106.3. First Liberty has helped hundreds of small businesses grow by saying yes when the big banks say no. On Wall Street, opportunities to earn big returns are everywhere. But for Main Street investors, those opportunities are hard to find. Until now. Our First Liberty notes are now open to qualified Main Street investors, paying interest rates of 8 to 13% while helping fuel the growth of small businesses right here in Georgia. With a few basic qualifications and with as little as $25,000, qualified Main Street investors just like you can earn an 8 to 13% interest rate. If this is you, they'd love to hear from you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and consider joining the First Liberty family today. That's FirstLibertyGA.com. FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. Purchasers must verify their SEC accredited investor status. Securities are not being offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
When you're leaving the house, do you plead with your garage door? Please open, please open. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. Let us take that anxiety away with one quick call. Our highly trained technicians will get to the bottom of your garage door issues. It could be a simple repair, a malfunctioning opener, or maybe just needs a tune-up. But if it's time for your garage door to be replaced, we'll make that easy too with upfront pricing and free estimates. When trust matters, trust us. All, the number 4, seasonsgarages.com.
Tune into your new favorite show that's redefining the A to Z's of marketing, The Marketing Madmen. We'll take you behind the scenes of successful campaigns and reveal the strategies that win. We're not just talking about marketing, we're making it happen. From viral content creation to leveraging AI for customer engagement, our experts bring you to the cutting edge of industry. This is your playbook for market dominance. Tune in and transform your approach with actionable tips that could skyrocket your ROI. The Marketing Madmen every Saturday at 4 p.m. right here on Extra 106.3.
Low on energy? Struggling with inflammation and poor digestion? Try Encapsulate 6 Mushroom Blend and get back in the game. Our blend is specially formulated to promote overall wellness and maximize health benefits using 6 powerful functional mushrooms. Our science-forward approach offers the most potent and bioavailable mushroom supplement on the market, backed by third-party testing to ensure safety and efficacy. Order online on Amazon or encapsulateusa.com today to start your journey to better living. Enter promo code 680 for $10 off.
All right, here we go now. I like Steve Winwood. Always, I like a couple of great songs of his I have on my Music Magic Stick. 1988, old Steve went to number 1 in the American album chart with his 5th solo album, Roll With It. It's not one of my favorite songs. He's got a couple I really love. Topped the U.S. singles charts, too. Steve Winwood, 1988. Huge hit singer. And our birthday list includes Amy Adams. Amy Adams is 50. Holy cow. That hot redhead, she's 50 years old. Lois Lane in the DC movies, Connor's grieving mom, and Dear Evan Hansen. Your kids may know her as Giselle in Enchanted, Amelia Earhart in Night at the Museum, The Battle of the Smithsonian. Also in Julie and Julia, the cooking thing with Julia Child's movie. Talladega Nights, she was a hot girlfriend wannabe. And also Trouble with the Curve. With the singer guy who did
Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake, who, by the way, is a great actor. I mean, every movie I've seen him in, who's been a really good actor. Well, anyway, and she was did a great role in that with Clint Eastwood, played his daughter, the baseball scout. Trouble with the Curve. There were parts of the movie that were really well done, but there was really pretty stupid part of it. But I did like it. Anyway, Trouble with the Curve. Amy Adams, 50 years old. Good for her. And on this day in history, 1989, Jose Menendez and his wife, Kitty, shot to death in their Beverly Hills mansion by their loving sons, Eric and Lyle Menendez. And then they were convicted, and then they had another retrial, as I recall, and when convicted again. And I think they're trying to get out now the latest I remember off the top of my head was that they're petitioning for something to prove the reason they shot them was because they've been molested all their lives or something, and so now the court may take another look at it or something. They're trying to get out of whatever it is. But that was the Menendez killings in 1989. And the problem was, as soon as they murdered their parents, they started spending all the money. I got all, rich cars, started taking vacation. I mean, it was pretty cold-blooded, I mean, geez. 4:53 with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. Oh, Flounder's funny. What do you got there, sir?
Let's see what we got here. We'll try this.
Started doing MMA. I got inspired. I was watching Larry Nassar. You guys remember Larry Nassar? He was like the serial child molester. This is not going to be a pro Larry Nassar take. I don't want No, he sucks. He's in jail now. He was like the gymnastics guy. He's in jail. But remember at the trial? It was like a big trial for him, and it was on the news. And during the trial, one of the victims, her father, stood up, and he said, "Your Honor, can I have 5 minutes alone with this demon?" The judge said, "No, you're not allowed to do that." The dad didn't give up. He said, "How about 1 minute alone?" He tried negotiating. That was the best part. Like the judge was going to be like, "All right, 1 minute. Come on up here. Get these tables out of here." He asked twice. Come on, hit the clock. Get him. He said no again. That's not part of the judicial system, unfortunately, but it inspired me because I was like, I want to be like this dad. And I'm not a dad at all, but I was like, I want to be like that guy, taking matters into his own hands. I was like, I got to learn how to fight, though, because I don't know how to fight. I couldn't do that. If I was in his position... And I was like, "Can I get 5 minutes alone with this piece?" And the judge was like, "You got it." I'd have to be like, "Wait, what?" I just wanted to impress my wife. I don't want to fight the guy. Because you can't lose that fight. You can't be like, "Let me get 5 minutes alone with this son of a bitch," and come out 5 minutes later with 2 black eyes and a bloody nose, crying. And be like, "Your Honor, can I get 3 more minutes and 2 friends? Is that possible?" How about 1 minute and a weapon? I want to teach this son of an onion a lesson.
Who's that there, Flounder?
That is Mr. Joe List.
Joe List, very funny fellow. 404-741-1230. Oh, I forgot to mention, I put on my Facebook page and also... actually, I can't put it on YouTube because they don't take pictures. I can't post a picture. They're only videos. But I put the picture of me as showing that I looked like the kid Porky from Lassie because Rudd Weatherwax's son, Bob Weatherwax, who took over the dog training and died at the age of 83. So that's in the news, and it reminded me of watching Lassie with Rudd Weatherwax, the original owner and trainer, and that was their dog. And by the way, Lassie was a boy dog named Pal. Anyway, and so I put a picture of me on Facebook showing me holding my little baby brother. I was probably 11 at the time, 10, 11 or something like that. And they used to say I looked a lot like Porky. But if you look at that picture, notice on my left belt hip is a great big knife. And we all had hunting knives. We'd go out we'd go play and stuff. We were going out in the woods. We'd carry knives with us to, carve branches or do some, play Membley Peg or whatever. We all had knives. That's like an 8-inch, hunting knife. I was like 11. Man, look at I'm holding my baby brother with a big cunning knife on my hip.
Were you still expecting the Mohicans to invade the village of Pittsfield or something?
I'm telling you, it was what we did. That was in Fayetteville, New York.
Yeah, could have been the Iroquois.
And I saw my house like 15 years later that I grew up in a little town. Oh, and in fact, I forgot another mention, talking about going home again. When we were born, my father was a Navy officer, World War II, and after the war, my brother was born in 44, I was born in 46, and our first house, my father built basically half of it, and it was almost like a cottage. We had we had a chemical toilet at first as I was a baby, and he used to put us in a rowboat and row across a small lake to get to the general store on the other side. And this was in 1951 or 2 or 3, something like that. In 2004 or 5 or 6, something like that, I rode my Harley to Niskayuna, New York, outside of Schenectady, and Lake Mariahville, where my father would row a rowboat across the lake to get groceries at the general store 70 years ago.
Did you get in the boat and row across?
There were no
water?
boats available, but the store was still there. And I told the guy the story, and he I said, well, it's been handed down forever, but the store was still there, little old General's, a 5 and dime store. Flounder, are you trying to get me there?
Yeah,
sir?
real quick, I was going to say we got Mike on the line. He had a quick story about trouble with the curve you were talking about
excellent,
earlier.
Excellent. Mike, welcome aboard, man.
And
How
he
you doing?
just hung up, so thank you, Mike.
Mike hung up. Well, we had Mike
interrupted and everything.
I'm sorry. I talked too much. And Lori from Alabama was going to call us earlier, and she'll call us back.
Well.
Yeah, but they got stuff to do. Anyway, I'm sorry, but again, how funny was that when I rode my Harley, my cop Harley? I was talking about my cop motorcycle, and I rode that thing on a vacation break and rode it to Lake Niskayuna, or Lake Mariahville, Niskayuna, New York.
It's called Mariahville Lake now.
Yeah, Mariahville Lake.
And there's a goat farm there, by the way. That's where you were going.
And again, when I saw my house growing up as a kid, where there were just 3 of us in the family before the last 2 were born. Actually, the picture of me holding my little baby brother was from the last couple of years we lived in the house, and I went back to see that about 15 years later too. That was really fun. Anyway, 458. Flounder, let's do this. President Stupid Face, the criminal last night who should be in prison. By the way, they treat him like crap. They performed a coup, got rid of him, and shoved him off stage into the night at like 12:30 in the morning. He didn't even get prime time to give his last speech of his life, for crying out loud. But he did have a couple of stupid comments. In fact, how about number 2 there, Flounder, where he tries to make sense again. And remember, this kind of reminds you of the debate with Donald Trump. Joe Biden cut number 2.
Women are not without electoral or political power.
Say it.
Yeah. Cheering and applauding it.
No kidding.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
He also, didn't he have the part where he talked about how, everyone says it's over for him?
Yeah, in fact, we have it right here. It's incredible. I couldn't believe the guy. But it's coming up right after the 5 o'clock news. The old clock on the wall. Roger, over. Unger. I thought it was a pre-med. What's the difference? Coming up on 5 o'clock, Different Pete Flounder and Flounder's Funnies, and holy crap, it's sports and all of it, dude. Look out. There we go.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Lee Branch Jewelry and Watches.
A former president will take center stage. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. On day 2 of the Democratic National Convention, former President Obama speaks tonight.
A source familiar tells us in his keynote tonight, Barack Obama will lay out the task in front of Democrats over the next 11 weeks and bring into focus the values at stake in this election and the heart of our politics.
Fox's Peter Doocy at the DNC, where party officials say they're making changes to start the program earlier after President Biden ended up giving a late-night speech instead of prime time last night. He is now in California on a vacation. Former President Trump says Democrats are pretending everything's fine in America. He says Republicans are the party of common sense.
We want to have borders. We want to have strong police protection. We want a military that can protect us. We want great schools, school choice, ideally. We want to have a good life. We want to be safe.
The former president during a campaign event in Michigan today accusing the Democratic nominee of a pro-crime anti-police record. Vice President Harris has a rally tonight in Milwaukee. Police in Chicago reinforcing barricades after a security fence was breached by protesters yesterday.
Chicago police say 13 people have been arrested since the start of the convention. That includes 10 people who were arrested with the breach of the fence here yesterday. The court system is taking it seriously. One of the demonstrators from yesterday who hit a police officer allegedly with a bottle of water and some water has been charged with a felony.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Chicago. Many of the protests are over U.S. support for Israel. Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Egypt today after winning Israel's support for a new proposal to bridge gaps on a Gaza ceasefire.
Our message is simple, it's clear, and it's urgent. We need to get the ceasefire and hostage agreement over the finish line. And we need to do it now.
Hamas is criticizing U.S. pressure to support it. America is listening to Fox News.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like climbing a mountain, but that mountain is also covered in banana peels. Then when something new gets added to your list, you're like, nope, I'm already climbing this huge, super slippery banana peel mountain of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to manage your policy on our mobile app. So climbing that banana peel mountain feels more like a leisurely stroll. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
NYPD officer Jonathan Diller's tragic story made national headlines this year. Now, Jonathan was shot and killed by a career criminal during a traffic stop. Jonathan, who is just 31 years old, leaves behind his wife Stephanie and 1-year-old son Ryan. Now, nothing will ever replace the loss of a husband and a father, but the Tunnel to Towers Foundation was able to pay off the mortgage on the Diller family's home. Please commit to $11 a month. Go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation.
Target! Road guards out! First one to the rear! Look out! It's only me, it's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Philander 503. 106.3 Braves back in town with the Philadelphia Filthies. Holy crap, it's sports coming up. We got all the topics. We got the politics. And apparently Barack Hussein Putitat's going to be the big key speaker tonight. And again, I won't be watching a minute of. I hate all this stuff last night. And again, we're going to play a bunch of sound bites, and all they can do is hate everybody who doesn't vote Democrat. There's no policy. This is, think about it. I know I'm dwelling on this, but it really bothers me to think that I don't see any. I wish there were, historians or something making a note to say, wait a minute, this has never happened. America's never had a political party whose only platform is to hate everybody who doesn't support them and to call them out as dangers to America. When has a party ever said half the country is a danger to the country? I mean, seriously, all these sound bites are all hate speech sound bites. So here we go. Anyway, 404-741-1230 is the number. 741-1230. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder.
Mike's back on the line.
Oh, Mike. Hey, Mike, welcome aboard. Glad you got us back. What's going on? What do you think?
Yes, sir. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yeah, you had mentioned Trouble with the Curve.
Yeah.
That actually was in part filmed here in Jasper. And
I did not know that.
A lot of people were...
Where about? What part of it?
A lot of people were... the baseball field over there by the college.
No kidding.
The Chattahoochee College. Mm-hmm. And he was complained about it afterwards because apparently he was supposed to make upgrades to the field, and that was part of the arrangement for him being able to use it. And I really don't know why they complained. It looked a whole lot better after he filmed there than before he did. So I think he held up his part of the bargain. But I just thought I would pass that on.
I hadn't heard that. I didn't know. And again, the movie was kind of weird. I mean, I really enjoyed it, but I had to, when I play it back, if I record it, I skipped through parts because it was really kind of stupid and weird. But I enjoyed that. I really did enjoy it. And I didn't know it was filmed partly up there in Jasper. I'll be damned. Well, that's pretty cool. Thanks, man. Yeah. I appreciate it. Thanks, Mike. 506-404-741-1230. 741-1230. And a quick, we mentioned the other day talking about, I don't know why this is happening. Traffic is better for me coming into work and going home at night than it was during summer vacation.
It's opposite the way it used to be. Summer was always great, and when school got back in, the traffic showed up. Well, now the traffic's gone away.
I literally, this doesn't sound like much, but I literally... I realize it's about 7 or 8 minutes, which doesn't seem like a lot because I take I go all back roads. So I enjoy my leisurely drive in and my leisurely drive home. I really, really enjoy it. So I don't care about how fast I'm going or anything else. But again, I've saved 6 or 7 or 8 minutes both ways, and that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's still August, it's still summer, but still, the people are back at school and work. I mean, I can't believe it. I don't know.
Maybe vacation. People are on vacation.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, just an observation. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And let's play a couple of sound bites here, Flounder, and then we got Holy Crap of Sports coming up, and then we're going to play some more sound bites of these people. Let's see. Let's have fun with the Ocasio Bang-Bangio Stupidio. Cut number 5. This woman, again, talk about hateful comments. They don't have anything to brag about. You would think that as a woman and a congresswoman elected at, what was she, 26 or 4 or 5, a bartender, you'd think that she would be, lauding the possibilities for women in America, for young people. So instead, it's a more hate talk. Cut number 5, Ocasio Bang-Bangio Stupidio, right here.
And I, for one, am tired of hearing about how a 2-bit union buster thinks of himself as more of a patriot than the woman who fights every single day to lift working people out from under the boots of greed, trampling on our way of life.
What? Life. What the hell are they talking about? These are people saying that Donald Trump would sell out his country for $1. Well, I mean, again, and it's so outrageous. He lost billions of net worth from being president. He's the only man who's ever been president, I'll bet you, who didn't really give a damn about getting ahead in the world for himself. He wanted to be, because of his ego, wanted to be the best president this country's ever had, which is fine with me, by the way. If you're not in it for yourself, but you want to be remembered as the best president who's ever done the best thing for his country, God, why not? I mean, shouldn't that be the goal? Shouldn't you, when you get a job, shouldn't you want to be the best person who's ever done it? I guess no. I guess no. Hell, I guess no. I guess people just try to keep from getting fired.
Yeah.
Geez, oh my God. This might be a moment that I haven't thought about. I wonder if oh my cow. I remember being raised to think that the guy who shows up first and works the hardest and stays the latest and puts more effort into it and has the greatest attitude and loves what he does and is going to get ahead. I don't think that's a thing anymore. I think it's, God knows about career stuff these days, career advice and things.
This country and the corporate structure of this company has been in love with mediocrity for 2 or 3 generations now. You see all the idiots that are promoted in other jobs that we've had. Yeah. See the idiots that have been promoted up into positions, the Peter Principle, where they had no clue what they were doing. People who were the best talk show producers you ever saw suddenly running radio stations into the ground.
Yeah, that's right. Hiring people to be, managers of whatever a department might be, who have no clue about. It's just, it's not just
because they know somebody.
Yeah,
because they're popular with somebody. They're in the same frat. They went to the same school.
Man, 510. Let's do the Nancy Pelosi thing again here, Flounder, coming up here. Nancy Botoxi, who's going to go to hell when she dies, was on CNN. It was going to be cut number 9, and she was on with Jake Tapper. And they were talking about the lingering hatred between the Biden family and Pelosi because she stabbed him in the back, performed a coup, got rid of him, and then he goes off into the early morning after midnight, off to the "We love Joe, my ass." Anyway, check out what happened with Jake Tapper and Pelosi when she tried to make a joke out of when she wanted him to stop talking. Cut number 9. The actual cut with number 9 here is an actual number 9 cut with the whole cutting of the number 9.
Here we go. My concern was not about the president. Pelosi. It was about his campaign. As he has seen the
She's drunk.
Exuberance, the excitement that has come forth in our country.
She's drunk.
I just did an event for one of our members in Illinois, Eric Sorensen, today. Immediately, he got 1,100 volunteers into his campaign.
She's drunk.
As soon as that announcement was made.
Nobody is questioning the fact that the Democratic Party seems much better positioned right now than it did 4 weeks and 2 days ago. There's no question about that. Former Speaker Pelosi.
So why are we even talking about it?
They put it on my script, and maybe they're holding my.
Ron Burgundy.
They're holding my cat hostage.
You may have missed part of that because she was so drunk. She says, "So why are we even talking about it?" He said, "They put it in my my script and made me read it. And then Dana Bash said, okay, Ron Burgundy, I mean the guy on TV in the movie. And then Jake said, yeah, they're holding my cat hostage. She's drunk.
Yeah, but what's the amazing thing, you have Dana Bash and Jake Tapper sitting there playing footsie with a woman who just stabbed the president in the back and performed a coup, and they're embarrassed that they had to ask her the question.
Yeah, right. And also remember, everybody knows what happened. It was a coup. They got rid of him. And now and they hated Carmela's side piece up until about 6 weeks ago. 3 months ago, they tried to figure out a way to get rid of her. I mean, everybody knew that was, oh my God, and now she's the queen.
Somebody pointed out the other day, this is the second election in a row they've done this. Yeah. Remember when that Bernie was looking like he was going to win in 2020, and all of a sudden they moved, they got the guy from South Carolina, Clyburn, to come out for Biden, who was getting trashed up until then, and all of a sudden it all moved to Biden after it was all for Bernie.
Everybody knew Bernie Sanders was going to be the nominee. He was going to be the nominee. And Clyburn from South Carolina, the racist, I mean, this man is a lying, stinking racist. And he was the one who determined that Joe Biden was going to be the nominee and got all the black support and all the whole, and that's what, and they all admit it. They all know it. They did not want Bernie Sanders being the socialist Democrat from Vermont as their leader. And they pulled it off. It's a second coup, and then a coup against Donald Trump. That's 3 coups in, 4 years? Good grief. You got to hand it to him. I mean, jeez. 5:13, Holy Crap at Sports is coming up, and Pete's and Flounders, Funnies, and we got it all here. Look at it.
The Morning Extra is live weekday mornings from 6 to 10, and here's what you missed.
Where were the president and vice president saying this is the kind of political violence that we've talked about that must stop? This and everything that you see on that TV screen today should be in an ad from the Trump campaign saying this is Kamala Harris's vision for America.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. every weekday morning on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Feeling the heat, Atlanta? Don't let it get you down. Stay cool with Carrier products from Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Their Carrier systems are designed to help keep you comfortable even during the hottest days. With advanced cooling technology, you'll enjoy a refreshing home no matter how high the temperature rises. And right now, you can save up to $2,000 on a new Carrier system. That's right, up to $2,000 off to ensure you stay cool all summer long. Plus, their Carrier systems come with excellent warranties for added peace of mind. At Central Heating and Air Conditioning, they pride themselves on better service through knowledge. And right now, you can save up to $2,000 on a new Carrier system. That's right, up to $2,000 off to ensure you stay cool all summer long. Turn to Atlanta's Carrier experts. Call 770-GET-HEAT or visit centralheat.com today.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Jaron Solomon from Solomon Brothers. I get asked all the time, how do we know we're getting the best deal at Solomon Brothers? Well, we have a price match guarantee so that you know if you find anything anywhere else, we are going to match and actually beat the price with the difference of what you saw. So if you come into Solomon Brothers and you see something that you love and you find it somewhere else, we will actually beat that price. That is how confident we are that you are getting the best deal. It's a very blind purchase when you're buying jewelry, and that's why you need to shop at a trusted jeweler. That's why my family, we've been around since 1982, and we have that price match guarantee, not to be so salesy, but we actually believe that we are giving you the best deal out there, and we will stand by that for over 30 days as well. So come see us at Solomon Brothers. We have 3 locations, one in Buckhead, one in Alpharetta, and now one in Sharpsburg, Georgia. Also shop us online at SolomonBrothers.com or come check us out on Instagram at Solomon Brothers.
With the upcoming election, an assassination attempt on President Trump, wars overseas, inflation, and stock market volatility, these are uncertain times. Do you have a plan? Are you prepared today to have a worry-free tomorrow? If you haven't been to True Prep, now is the time. True Prep is locally owned and operated by Joey and Matthew, who are Georgia Tech graduates. Visit True Prep on Cobb Parkway in Marietta or visit online at trueprep.com. That's TRU prep.com.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Organizations like Georgia Tech.
Jay, why don't you tell us about the Fanning Center, named after Southern Company's CEO, Tom Fanning?
It's an over $85 million project, fully funded by our donors and supporters of Georgia Tech Athletics. Certainly would be remiss without thanking Tom and all his generosity that made that building possible. It'll feature everything from a dedicated sports science center, which will make us best in class in motion capture, injury prevention, injury recovery. There's a huge focus on strength and conditioning and integration with sports technology. There's also space for sports medicine, recovery, mental health, which is a big focus for us in taking care of our student athletes, and then a big footprint for our football program, from offices to team spaces, meeting rooms, etc. That'll be best in class.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit georgiapower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
All right, look out. Coming up, Hillary Rodham P. Sticky Fart Cabbage is... Oh, what's the matter? What happened?
It just stopped playing.
It's over.
Oh, my God. Where's...
All right.
Hold on, here we go.
Well, no, it's all right. Let's
Here we
go. It's Holy Crap in Sports with Pete Davis. No, let's go right to it. Sorry. Here we go. What's
right.
up? Pete Davis.
A little
right here.
premature ending there. Braves back in action tonight at Truist Park to start an important series with the first-place Phillies. The 12-5 Zach Wheeler for the Phils against the 7-4 Reynaldo Lopez, fresh off his rehab. Yeah. Michael Harris II is leading off, and the hot bat of Ramon Laureano batting second. And big old, I know you're a big fan of this guy, Gio Urshela is batting, eighth and playing third base.
Well, from the Cincinnati Urchelas, I think. I'm not mistaken. Not the different ones. Oh, damn, sorry.
Very much mistaken.
I'm so sorry.
You might want to say, who is playing third base? The Braves have signed Gio Urshela. That's right. The 32-year-old released by the Tigers Sunday. He is hitting .243 with 5 homers and a .619 OPS this season. Urshela has also played for the Angels, Twins, and Yankees. I don't see the Reds here anywhere on the resume, but that's a good guess.
I thought it could have been a thing there.
AJ Minter placed gingerly on the 60-day IL to make room for Gio.
Yeah. Well.
Aaron Judge is seen as one of the nice faces of Major League Baseball. That squeaky clean image taking a hammering today as a Staten Island, New York Little League coach is accusing the Yankees center fielder of being a jerk to his team. Judge reportedly missed a meet and greet with the squad before the Yanks lost to the Tigers Sunday night in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Judge also refused to turn around and acknowledge his young fans in the outfield who were cheering for him during the game. All very odd behavior for a player known for being a total gentleman all the time. I don't know what was going on there, but something got under his skin.
I'll bet he's going to do something about it. I'll bet he's going to make an appearance or have them over again or something for sure. Because I don't think that's like him at all.
Or eat one of them.
Yeah, I could eat one. Yeah, he's enormous. Was he like 6'8", 310 or something, 6'8" or whatever? God.
Meanwhile, Yanks outfielder Alex Verdugo has suffered from dry skin and blisters on his hands for 3 years, which is not good if you're trying to hold a bat for a living. Yeah. They think they know why. Now, one doctor claimed he was allergic to his tattoos because there's metal in the tattooing. But they think now it's the batting gloves. That there are chemicals they make. One is chromate, which is curing the leather, and the cobalt is in the color of the dye in the batting gloves, and they think that's what's causing the problems here.
I'll be darned.
Yeah,
I've never. Have you ever used a batting glove?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I love not having them, but then I found one that I really liked, which basically basically a Deion Sanders football glove that fit like a glove. Yeah. But I like wearing. I bat left and right. Okay, so when I'm batting one, whoever the fist is on the bottom by the knob, which rubs against the knob, that's the one I'll wear the glove on, and it seems to help.
I've never put one on.
I don't like two of them at the same time. I don't like wearing two of them at the same time. Because then you're wary that you've got things on your hands, and I don't like that.
It's not good.
College football news: the Gamecocks have named their starting quarterback. Lenora Sellers was the backup to Spencer Rattler last season at South Carolina. And Georgia Southern head coach Clay Shelton names J.C. French as their starting quarterback. Oklahoma State is thinking outside the box when it comes to NIL money. The Cowboys players will don helmets with a QR code on the back of them this season. The QR code will lead fans to a web page where they can donate to support the program's official name, image, and likeness collective called Pokes with a Purpose. It'll be so small you can't see it from the stands, but TV close-ups will allow you to get your phone out and put it up there on the camera and snap it, and there you go.
And is this for a joint thing for the team to split up, sounds like? Like a group donation or
That's a good
individual?
question.
It sounded like it was for the team. Yeah.
Have a different helmet
I don't
going
know.
on.
I don't know. Huh.
That's smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
Delaware State had one job to play in Hawaii in their season opener. You had one job.
Yeah.
Get to the airport on time.
Uh-oh.
They have failed. The Hornets need to get a fix to JFK Airport for a 10.5-hour flight to Honolulu for Saturday's opener against the Rainbow Warriors. A bus snafu at JFK ended their dream. The school is now scrambling to find another way for the team to get there in time for the 6 p.m. kickoff on Saturday. And you got to think that maybe Delaware State missed the flight on purpose. They won only one game last season.
And you got to fly 10 hours to Hawaii to get your ass kicked again?
Okay, but think of it this
money
way.
in it. Is there money in it?
You won one game, and you get rewarded with a game in Hawaii.
Well, that's true. Yeah, but if they have to play the game, get on the plane, and drive, fly another 10 hours home, that's not really exactly a treasure of trip,
They're in Delaware. They're trying any way they can.
That's a good point.
To get out. They would take right now a paid vacation to Tybee Island if they could get.
Absolutely. So would I, by golly.
I would too. I love Tybee.
I would love to go there right now.
Warriors coach Steve Kerr spoke at the DNC convention last night and said he wants to tell Donald Trump night-night.
Yeah.
So Adam Carolla tweets, Steve has thoughts about everything until you ask him about China. Then he shuts up real fast.
And Trump responded to him, too, by the way. We'll talk about that a little later on.
Top-ranked men's tennis player Jannik Sinner, the man's name is Sinner, tested positive twice for an anabolic steroid in March, but he will not be suspended after it was determined that the banned substance entered his system unintentionally. Now, how do you think it got into his system?
Well, I know the story, so it wouldn't be fair for me to tell the story, but I do know, and it sounds possible, conceivable.
No, it does not.
Or not.
It got to him through a massage from his physiotherapist, which is a change. Usually it's the massager who gets a substance from the massagee, if you know what I'm talking about.
It does,
Cheshire Bridge and all that. The ruling was made by something called the International Tennis Integrity Agency. An oxymoron, if I ever heard one. Considering they're ruling in favor of the athlete, they might as well be called the Athens-Clarke County Judicial System because it's sounding very familiar to those of us around here.
Yes, it does, yes.
In fact, Nick Kyrgios, or whatever, the Australian, who's known for his temper, says it's absolutely ridiculous that he's not getting banned for at least a tournament.
Yeah.
The U.S. Open is next week, I think, in New York, and they're looking at that he's one of the favorites.
And he said it was just a cream that is the massage guy was using on him,
Usually the cream, the massage. Well,
that's a whole different story.
The Falcons plan to only play rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr. in the first preseason game. That plan is garnering some strange looks around the league. Today, the New York Post sports page called the plan bizarre. And new head coach Raheem Morris says, well, we've seen enough from all we need to see from Penix. And if by that he means seeing him overthrow receiver after receiver, the loss against the Dolphins, then yeah, we've seen it. I saw all I needed to see from that.
We're good. Thanks.
He's going to be good, but he's got it. I mean, he constantly did it in college at Indiana. He did it up there in Washington. He overthrows 2 out of every 4 guys he throws to.
Well, he gets pretty excited out there.
Well, he's got a massage lined up later.
Well, there you are.
ESPN has found the replacement for the unjustly fired Sam Ponder on NFL Countdown.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
Could have gone with a white woman or a woman of color or a man of color, Laura Rutledge, Elle Duncan, or Ryan Clark.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Instead, they chose the guy who hosts the 40% of ESPN programming that Stephen A. Smith doesn't. See, Stephen's got 60%. Mike Greenberg is the new host of NFL Countdown. They just can't get enough of Greeny up there in Bristol. He already hosts Get Up, an ESPN radio show and an NBA show, and now he's got NFL Countdown to replace Sam Ponder. You're like, I don't mind. A lot of people do. I don't mind Mike Greenberg. I
don't
think
mind.
Get Up
I've
is
seen-
a very good show.
Yeah, I don't mind. With his buddy, when he did his buddy show, the two of them together, also another.
Yeah.
I watched that
And
for a while.
of course,
Yeah.
they hated each
Well,
other and
That's
all
true,
that.
but it worked. The show was all right.
It's Joe Buck syndrome. There are more than 4 guys who
Yeah,
can
I
do
know.
one job, America. You don't have to put Joe Buck in every broadcasting job there is, and Mike Greenberg doesn't have to host every show on ESPN outside of Stephen A. Smith. I don't get it. There's other people, like Sam Ponder proved. They didn't know if she could do it when they put her in there, and she was the best they ever had at it.
Yeah, I know.
But on this day, August 20th, 1923, a 4-piece bat used by Babe Ruth is banned from competition by AL President Ban Johnson, living up to his name, because of the glue used in it. Johnson rules that all bats must be one piece with nothing added except tape extended to 18 inches up the handle. A 4-piece, they basically glued 4 different
Why would
bats
you want
together to make
do
one.
that? I couldn't be stronger, would it?
Depends on what glue you use, I guess.
Well, I'll be darned. I mean, I wonder how that would affect the temper of the wood.
Obviously, they didn't like what he was doing because they banned it.
Yeah.
And maybe the fact it's also a danger if it blows apart when you hit the ball.
Explodes, yeah.
Yeah, could kill somebody. 1978 on this date, Don Sutton and Steve Garvey have a fist fight in the Dodgers clubhouse before a win over the Mets. I'm only thinking, knowing those two guys, it had to be over who had the best hairstyle.
How many blow dryers they had in the locker room?
Because they both had fantastic hair.
They had great hair.
Nobody had a perm like Don did.
Yeah.
I mean, I was jealous looking at that guy's
He
hair.
did have a perm.
I mean, he knew that guy. He took care of himself.
he
He was a
did.
good-looking man
Yes, he
for
did.
most of his life, and we miss him, man.
Yes.
He was a really good guy. Their sports.
Well, I'm not quite done yet, Pete, if you don't mind, sir. On this day, and first of all, birthday, Don King, the murderer, 93 today. 93 years old, Don King and his hair. On this day, 1939, the National Bowling Association was founded in Detroit, the first such group in America for black bowlers. 1945, that was
Wait a
1939.
minute.
Yeah.
They called themselves the NBA, and it was black
The
bowling.
National Bowling NBA, National Bowling Association, and it was for black bowler, the brothers bowling. 1945, Tommy Brown of the Brooklyn Dodgers became the youngest big leaguer to hit a home run in a major league game in 1945. He was 17 years, 8 months, and 14 days old. And one more on this day in 1974, Nolan Ryan of the California Angels became the first major league pitcher to have a fastball clocked at more than 100 miles an hour. Back in the old days.
That guy in 45, the players weren't back from the war yet, probably, which is why they were doing that.
Yeah.
But I don't think a 17-year-old, there's probably a rule against that now in Major League Baseball.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. I assume you have to be an adult to sign a contract. I would
18
think.
at least.
Yeah.
I think.
Anyway, coming up on 5:30, Kim Repeat and Flounder, more of this political stuff. Wait to hear some of the scandals J.D. Vance is facing. These freaking Democrats, man. It's all coming up. Kim Repeat and Flounder, stand by. Stand by us.
Atlanta radio legends, proud military vets, national network experts are all on Extra 106.3. It's
going to be an interesting couple of months.
With live and local shows in the morning and afternoon, and the biggest conservative hosts in the country throughout the day. We are always here with the latest news and opinions you need.
There's no chance if the media and the Department of Justice and social media are all against you.
No traffic interruptions, no former shock jocks, just Atlanta legends you've turned to for a generation. The conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
All right, look out now. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. How you doing? 531 404 741 1230 is our number. And a salute to our buddies at Atlanta Safe House, Jeff and Mark and the whole team. You know, I make fun of this because they love it when you stop in. They're up a showroom on Industrial Boulevard in Ackworth. And if you're driving around, just stop and say, hey, the Kimmer said to stop in and say howdy and take a picture of something and send it to us. I'll put it on my website just for fun. Atlanta Safe House. These guys are great. This is a non-woke company. There was a scandal months ago from some other company started giving out the master reset code to the safe. No. AtlantaSafehouse.com. Make sure that you and only you are going to be in charge of stuff that keeps your things safe and secure. In fact, when I went to Florida, retired, and didn't have a safe down there, and sure enough, my medical records are gone. VA said, leave us alone. We can't help you, and that's the way the ballgame goes. It's my fault. Again, don't be in that position. Also, things like that, especially if you're getting up there in age like I am, you want to have access for your kids to know exactly where your health records are, your dental records, your financial records, your credit card stuff, your driver's license stuff, and for goodness sakes, your living will. Or your will, whatever you have for paperwork for your kids. Anyway, so they know where to find it. Protecting yourself with, they can build you a vault door. They can build you a family storm shelter at Atlanta Safe House. I'm not making it up. Known for their pistol safes, all kinds of models and makes, and the sales are all over the place on the gun safes. And again, they can build any kind of nooks and crannies and shelving units inside that you want that are just exactly what you're looking for. Please check them out. Tell them the Kimmer sent you up the showroom in Ackworth or on the web, AtlantaSafehouse.com.
We've all heard it before. Buy one, get one Windows. 10% off if you call today. $500 off if you sign tonight. But are these really a special? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Hi, this is Candace with Exovations, and have I got a tip for you. Don't fall for it. It's exhausting trying to keep up with all the fake specials being offered. And we all say the same thing. We're all licensed, we're all insured, we all have 5-star reviews. At Exovations, we want to earn your business the right way. But don't take our word for it. Let us show you why we say we are different from other contractors. To find out what it means to have an on-time, on-budget, and stress-free renovation, call me today at 770-205-2995 or online at exovations.com. That's exovations.com.
Have you heard about Sonder and their Georgia-based Medicare Advantage health plans? Sonder Health Plans is committed to revolutionizing healthcare, making it straightforward, personal, and affordable. Call them and ask if you qualify for their fantastic $400 grocery card offer and $0 premiums. They've even got their own radio show and podcast called Weekend Wellness, dedicated to keeping all Georgians healthy and happy at every age. Call 800-331-2928 or visit SonderHealthPlans.com. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
It either is or it isn't. When it comes down to it, that's all that really matters when choosing a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz. It's either certified by Mercedes-Benz factory-trained and certified technicians, or it isn't. It's either backed by an unlimited mileage warranty for up to 7 years, or it isn't. It's absolute confidence in genuine Mercedes-Benz parts, or it isn't. Welcome to the Mercedes-Benz Dream Days sales event, now through September 3rd. Come in today and take advantage of finance rates as low as 2.99% APR special financing on select models. Because in the end, it's either Mercedes-Benz certified pre-owned, or it isn't. We're proud to be Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964. Not all offers apply to all vehicles, and special financing available to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Services through September 3rd, 2024. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call 770-390-0700 for details.
Diamonds Direct Atlanta is now open. The nation's fastest growing jewelry store now is a location right here in Buckhead. Shopping for the perfect ring to pop the question? Or maybe an everyday diamond tennis bracelet? The experts at Diamonds Direct are sure to have exactly what you're looking for, no matter the occasion. With the lowest direct importer pricing, you can expect the best selection of certified diamonds at unmatched prices, all within a luxury showroom atmosphere that makes you feel right at home. Come see what other jewelers are trying to replicate. Diamonds Direct's unbeatable after the sale guarantees and warranties are the best you can find. Free cleanings, sizing, polishing, accent diamond replacement for the lifetime of your purchase. If that's not enough, they also offer a 110% upgrade policy for you to use as often as you'd like on your diamond engagement ring, pendant, or studs. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, come see how Diamonds Direct is reinvigorating the jewelry industry at their brand new Buckhead showroom. When you want to have complete confidence in your jewelry buying experience, shop with the experts at Diamonds Direct. Now open on the corner of Maple Drive Northeast and Peachtree.
Millions
of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911. Online at stopmyed.com.
Have to serve somebody. Yes, you are. You're gonna have to serve somebody.
They gotta serve somebody. Bob Dylan released that Slow Train Coming album.
Maybe the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody.
It was an album of religious songs, including this one won a Grammy, Gotta Serve Somebody. But this album, Slow Train Coming, alienated a lot of his longtime fans. Because after all, he wasn't giving them the full treatment there, apparently. So, Bob Dylan, hoo-ha. Anyway, phone calls take priority. Holy smoly, it's Ed. You're on the radio with the Killer Pete and Flounder. Ed, how's it going?
Hey, fellas, how's it going?
Yes, sir.
I want to talk about Trump's lack of common sense and self-control. He is going to give this election the camel toe. There's no question about it.
Well, what do you mean lack of? What do you mean when you said that? Okay.
I'm going to address this thing about the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Are you familiar with his remarks about that?
About what? About who got it or what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, this is a big uproar amongst veterans especially, so I'm just kind of surprised you're not aware of it. He got, I watched the clip, you won't believe it. He awarded a Medal of Freedom to some woman and said out loud that this medal is superior to the Medal of Honor because it involves no sacrifice. That's a quote. Now, number one, he didn't have to bring up the Medal of Honor at all. All he had to do is talk about how wonderful it is for him to award this medal to civilians and what a great honor it is. Why bring in the Medal of Honor? Why make a comparison between the Medal of Honor and a civilian award? It's absolutely ridiculous. He is.
Well, what's the big deal? I mean, what's the big deal? He was saluting the woman and saying this is so important. I mean, he wasn't saying all you people who have been awarded the Medal of Honor are a bunch of jerks or something. He didn't denigrate the Medal of Honor. Anyway, well, go ahead. I didn't interrupt you. Go ahead. I don't think that's why he wouldn't want to go for Donald Trump because of that. Anyway, go ahead.
No,
what's the other one?
I'm voting for Trump, Kimmer. I voted for him in the primary.
Okay, go ahead. But then, if you're voting for him, then why are you going to call people and say what a scumbag he is? So they'll say, "Oh, well, I'm not going to vote for Donald Trump now." What's the matter with you?
Because more people have to get to him and try to turn this guy around.
No, he's not turning around. Nobody's changing Trump. Give me a break. Either you vote for his policies or you vote for her policies. It's as simple as that. And by the way, nobody is changing their mind. I guarantee you there's not one. I will bet you this right now. I'll bet you there's not 12 Americans who don't know how they're going to vote in November. I mean, please, you're killing me. Everybody knows how they're going to vote. Nobody's going to be changing their mind between now and November. So anyway, Ed, I mean, I don't mean to yell at you. You have a certainly right to say whatever you want, and you were going to say another point, so please get that because I don't want to cut you off. I just think it's kind of silly if you're going to vote for the guy and you want him to win. Why would you start blasting him so people say, "Well, crap, I'm not going to vote for that guy"? It's counterproductive. It's like it's like you want it to happen to prove, I was right all along.
No, I don't. I certainly don't want it to happen, and I know I'm preaching to the choir. There's no Democrats listening to you.
Oh, I don't know about that.
There are.
Yeah, there are.
They call all the
There's
time.
a lot of them. They're monitoring me. Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, you called.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
All right, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm on the furthest thing from a Democrat you'll ever find in your life.
We're just fooling around. Go right ahead. Please
Okay.
go. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You're good.
You know, and I know Pete is very pro-military. I don't know why I never joined the service. Why didn't you join the service,
Yeah,
Pete?
let's not get into Pete Davis.
Hey, Alex, I'll tell you exactly why. Because I was 7 years old. The doctor told my mother was sitting there, he's got a heart murmur. He'll never, ever be drafted in the military because they won't take him.
Yeah.
That's why I never joined the military, asshole.
Okay. All right. 542. 404.
Anything else?
Yeah. I mean, again, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I couldn't if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I was told at an early age I would never be part of that. That was a whole world I could just forget about.
Yeah. And again, and by the way, Ed or anybody else, if you want to start talking about people who, if this is the thing about why people did not join the military, and again, whether there was a draft or not, then let's talk about a lot of other people who are on TV and radio and special media, people, politicians, people like the Stolen Valor. I mean, please, you're killing me on this. And everybody has a different reason. So that's not a thing. And to try to demean Pete Davis's character as though he was supposed to have joined the military without you knowing anything about what the hell the freaking situation was in his history and his freaking physical situation. Neil Bortz had asthma. He went to Texas A&M, which is a military school. You have to join the ROTC and places like that. And Neil Bortz had asthma. He couldn't join the military. There's a lot. Oh my God, it's not a thing. But to try to castigate Pete Davis because you assume that therefore he didn't want to join the military because of some reason that you think is a negative, that's pretty freaking snotty.
You hit the nail on the head when you said that he's the type of person that wants Trump to lose so he can tell everybody to get on his high horse and tell you, I told you so. I told you so.
Yeah.
He's that type of
the
person.
Unfulfilled wish that comes back around. And again, why would people say this out loud? I mean, seriously, they say, well, I'm voting for Trump, but he's a real jerk and a bum, and he said, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I mean, that's only hurtful. And again, you have a right to say what you wanted. I'd let you go on the radio, say whatever you wanted. That's not the issue. The issue is, why would you do it?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, why would you deliberately try to get people to not like or vote for Donald Trump? I mean, that's the question. Why would you say it? Why would it come up? Why would it happen? What's the possible explanation? I can only think of two. One, that you wanted to lose, that you just don't like him and you wanted to lose just so you can say, I told you so. And the other one is that people who do this are trying to make a point to show how smart they are, that they've figured out that really this is not a good situation, but we have to kind of put up with it. I mean, either way, it's an internal thing. It's like an internal masturbation politically. It doesn't make any sense, and it's hurtful and harmful. What's the goal? Democrats have a goal, and that's to win, period. They'll do anything. They tried to put Donald Trump in prison, and they still might do it. They tried to keep him off the ballot. They charged 4 different conviction court cases for the guy to keep him off the ballot. They'll lie, they'll cheat. The Hunter Biden laptop, the DOJ, the FBI, they'll do anything and everything to win. Only one goal, and they'll stick together to do it. Not us. Why would you deliberately try to demean the guy who better be president? Because if he's not, we're all screwed. So think about it. Again, if she wins, it means that every Democrat voted all Democrats. They voted for her, and every congressman and every senator and every governor and every state legislature, all those Democrats on the ticket will all be winners.
It's the same mindset you pointed out during the last election. It's the same type of Republican that'll sit at home and say, I'm not voting for Herschel Walker.
Yeah, Herschel Walker. Because he might have said something stupid. He was a bully 30 years ago. Well, I'm a bully right now. Thank God I can't run for anything. Except away from myself.
I've seen you run.
It's not a happy thing anymore. I used to run marathons, mister. I used to run 26 miles without stopping. Can you believe that? Oh, more than once. Dear God. All right, 547, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and 106.3 or so. We got stuff. We got stuff, God. And now we're talking.
A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless the horse is the famous Mr. Ed. Go right to the source.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Tug, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Turn our attention to the climate disaster. Thought you'd be interested in some new facts gleaned from an article in the Wall Street Journal. Let's start out with polar bears. Al Gore in 2006 told us they were on the way out. In 2004, the Washington Post said that the species was facing extinction. The World Wildlife Fund said that polar bears would be unable to reproduce by 2012. What is the truth? You've noticed they've suddenly stopped talking about polar bears. That's because the polar bear population increasing substantially, 12,000 in the 1960s, above 26,000 right now. Well, the truth is a pain in the butt to these climate radicals.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
School may be back in, but the Braves have tons of giveaways and huge matchups this month, like when the Philadelphia Phillies and Washington Nationals come to Truist Park, August 20th through the 25th. The Phillies series begins with a Chick-fil-A cow bobblehead giveaway on the 20th, followed by the Ozzie Albies and his dog Poochie bobblehead giveaway on the 21st, presented by Behringer Ingelheim.
Olsen uncorks one to deep right center field, flying to the wall and kiss it goodbye. Home run by Matt Olsen into the Braves bullpen.
And then get ready for Alumni Weekend, presented by your local Ford dealer, August 23rd through the 25th. The weekend includes the Braves Legends Parade through the Battery and the Alumni Roll Call on the field on Friday, followed by autograph sessions with your favorite former Braves and the always competitive Home Run Derby competition on Saturday. Don't miss the fun this August. Find all the details and get your tickets at Braves.com/promos. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
When you buy a Subaru from Subaru of Gwinnett, you're buying more than a vehicle. You're buying safety for your family and something that will last a long, long time. In other words, you're buying trust. For a limited time, you can celebrate amazing offers on the all-new Forester, Crosstrek, or Outback during the Subaru A Lot to Love event now through September 3rd. Plus, you can enjoy special financing on select new 2024 Outback models. And you'll love more than just your new Subaru. You'll love the dedicated staff at Subaru of Gwinnett with some of the best service specialists in the area and a team you know you can trust. You'll ride with peace of mind knowing that Subaru of Gwinnett has your back. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, you'll find that Subaru model you've always dreamed about at a price that makes that dream come true. But you'll need to get in by September 3rd to take advantage. We'll make it easy. Just start with a test drive. And before you know it, you'll be in the Subaru you love. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com. Then stop by on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. SubaruofGwinnett.com. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
I'm going to let you in on a little wireless hack that can cut your cell phone bill in half every single month. Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile want you to believe you need unlimited data so they can overcharge you. Here's the fact. Most of you are buying way more data than you will ever need. Pure Talk only charges you for data you actually need. Listen to this. For just $25 a month, you can get unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigs of data plus mobile hotspot. Do you know what you can do with 5 gigs of data? You can browse the internet for 135 hours, stream 1,000 songs, or watch 10 hours of video. Stop overpaying for wireless and get 5G coverage with Pure Talk. Dial pound 250 and say the keyword Pure Talk. Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will make switching easy. There's no contract, no activation fee. You can even keep your phone and your number. Dial pound 250 and say Pure Talk, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. month with Pure Talk.
MyPillow is bringing you their most requested offer on their premium MyPillows. For a limited time, a queen-size premium MyPillow is now only $19.98 with a promo code BECK. MyPillow has always listened to their audience, one of the reasons they've been so successful. MyPillow is made with a patented adjustable fill to accommodate individual sleeping needs no matter your sleep position. The pillow keeps your neck aligned while keeping its best shape all night long. Their goal is to give you the best sleep of your life. And you'll find the deals on some of their other most loved products. For instance, their 6-piece bath towel sets are only $25, or their brand new mattress topper for as low as $69.98. And the best sheets you've heard me rave about before are as low as $25. So go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special square for huge discounts on MyPillow products, including the premium queen size MyPillow for $19.98. Remember, enter the promo code BECK. Call 800-966-3117 for these amazing limited time offers at MyPillow.com.
This is a bizarre story here on the Beatles, 1969. We got a bunch of phone calls, too. We'll get all those here in a second. After finishing I Want You, She's So Heavy, the Beatles in 69 on this day worked on the running order for the Abbey Road album. A preliminary master tape was compiled. The medley was originally slated for side 1 of the album. The replacement of Octopus Garden and Oh Darling were reversed from the final version. The album was supposed to end with a slashed guitar chord that finishes I Want You, She's So Heavy. This was the last time all 4 Beatles were together in Abbey Road this day in 1969. What a story. I mean, the Beatles, man. Birthday quick. Oh, I've got phone calls, Flounder?
Yes, we do. First, we got Jim on the horn.
Jim, you're on the radio. Thanks for calling, sir. What do you think? Yes, sir.
I just want to say thank y'all for what all y'all do. And Pete, good job coming back at that last caller. He just seems like to me, Timmer, one that'd be up on the roof.
Well, I don't. Well, no, I wouldn't say that. And again, I don't want to be too harsh on it. But again, it's just the whole thing. It's just one thing leads to another. The fact that he would even say something negative about Pete Davis, where did that come from? In other words, he's talking about being angry at Trump, and then he's talking about military support stuff, and then he says, "Well, Pete Davis did that." I mean, so where did that come from? In other words, that was a little extra nasty little thing that came up there.
He was mad because I compared him to a Democrat.
Oh, okay.
And that's why he got mad.
Okay. So anyway, I hope that, well, I don't know. Anyway, Jim, thank you for calling. I appreciate it.
All right, now we got Shay on the horn, and then we got Scotty.
Shay, you're on the radio, man. What do you think?
Yes, sir. Much different and calmer comment and question I have.
All right, sir.
Gets you calm down a little bit.
Very good, sir.
Yeah. So a few weeks ago, Pete went through a list. This was back before the whole Biden dropped out thing, and he went through a list when we were talking about Biden potentially being kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
A list of all the states that it's past the deadline to change the name on the ballot,
right.
and
Yeah.
how could you even? And you could only get off the ballot if you were committed or something,
Yeah.
or if you died.
Nevada was one of them. There were several of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So how is it that it's so? Why is that not a discussion now that Kamala is able to replace him on ballots when the deadline's already passed in those states?
Well, that's a great question. I don't have the answer, but I can only assume that any election commission or Secretary of State's office, I assume, would have the power to be able to unless they have to go through the legislature to change the state law, but I think they have the right and the rule to change. We had the COVID thing, and all of a sudden everything changed about mail-in ballots and stuff, and that wasn't necessarily legit either. So I don't know. The answer is I don't have the official answer, but I assume it's because they said they wanted to make it happen. Again, they'll do anything. You think these Democrats would have a state that would not allow Carmela Side Peace to be voted for this fall? I mean, come on, they'll do anything. They don't care. They will do anything. We can't. I mean, we have to. I don't think we understand this on the Republican side.
Hey, on a lighter note, before we go any further, it's National Radio Day, as you pointed out.
Yes, it is. Yeah, but
the King, Tom Hughes.
Yes, I know. I saw this.
Just posted.
I saw this
for National Radio Day.
Yeah.
So I went to the supply closet and stole pens.
Yeah, I was going to say I stole some paper. I stole a whole ream of typing paper. Which is true, which is we all did. Well, you need pens. Anyway,
My dad would bring home so many office supplies from his work.
I've got a box full of them. Did I say Scotty's
Yeah,
on
we
the
got
radio?
Scotty the window guy.
You're on the radio, Scotty. What's up?
Hey, Semper Fi, welcome home, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to you, Mafia. Hey, Davis, ignore that idiot, man. We thank you for your service on the Kimmer Show, man.
Well, not only that, Pete Davis, he only married a female Navy girl.
She was in the Navy.
He
married a
Navy girl, so he was riding the waves for many years, supporting his country, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Exactly. So that dude can kiss the entire YouTube Mafia's ass.
All right, Scotty. 5:56, Kara, Pete, and Flounder. Rudy Gatlin is 72. Rudy, of course, of the famous Rudy Brothers. Rudy Gatlin. Peter Horton, a guy about 30-something. Gary is 71. Al Roker. He's 70. I thought he was about 90. He's been around a long time. Anyway, a couple of things. Oh, can I do one quick history thing, which I looked up and I thought it was
before
kind of...
you do that, the Georgia Mountain Fair is going on right now, and this Friday, the Oak Ridge Boys American-made farewell tour will be at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds.
The Oak Ridge Boys?
Friday. The Oak Ridge Boys farewell tour, yeah.
Son of a gun. That's pretty cool. On this day, 1940, the Russian revolutionary and Marxist theory hero to America's Democrat Party, Leon Trotsky, was living in exile at a nice retirement area of Mexico City called Coyoltecatl. Well, I might have added a thing. Where he was also dying in exile. A Soviet agent assassinated him, murdered by Ramon Mercado del Rio, a Spanish guy recruited for the deed by his mother and her lover, a Soviet spy. He wooed Trotsky's secretary, an American woman, when she was vacationing in Paris, followed her back to Mexico City, being her new lover, used her to gain admission to Trotsky's office, and walked in there with a pickaxe and stuck it in the back of Trotsky's head.
I always heard it was an ice pick, and he put it through his ear.
No, it was a pickaxe. But they specifically said it was not an ice pick, it was a pickaxe. He was caught moments later, showed the cops how he did it. They even handed him the murder weapon so he could show how he played out the scene. He took... but Trotsky knew that Stalin was trying to murder him. Trotsky had a collection of photos showing bricked up windows of his home in Mexico City, uniformed guards all over the place, and that's how he was killed, because the guy wooed his secretary, pretended to be his lover, and got admission into his office and killed him with a pickaxe.
Joe Biden got off lucky.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Democrats usually go after the pickaxe.
Right in the neck. Holy crap. 5:50, a little Flounder's funny as we... what do you got there, Flounder?
My favorite thing about girls is the way y'all talk, because y'all have your own language. Girls repeat words, and it changes the whole meaning of the word. Oh, yeah. Because sometimes she'll go, oh, Henry, we'll go shopping, but we won't go shopping. See, every girl knows what that means. Well, class are close, because every girl says this too. Oh, I like him, but I don't like him. I'll go out with him, but I won't go out. I kissed him, but it wasn't a kiss. See, my buddy, guys don't do this. My buddy freaked me out, because the other night I said, hey, I went with Amy last night. He goes, really? Was it a date? Yeah, it's a date. I spent money. I didn't get a kiss. So now I'm pissed.
Who's that, Flounder?
That is Mr. Henry Choi.
Outstanding. Well, boys, have a great night, and tomorrow, hump day, we do it all over again. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. It's only me saying, sing me home, Christine, baby. Hoorah, I gotta go, you're killing me. Herp and herp. See ya, boys. Look out.
The Kimmer Show is back every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. only on WFOM Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. Extra 106.3 FM.